Hello, everybody. Welcome along. My name is Benjamin Bloom. This is the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel. Please leave your bias at the door and join us for the Saturday Superstream. We will be here for the next 2.5 hours. Strap yourself in. We're going to be reacting to all of the action in the 3 p.m. games in the Premier League, Championship and League One. Get involved, say hello, and hit that like button straight away. And you will notice, no, I don't point that way. I have to point that way. How can I do that? It's hard to do this in reverse. I think that's got it. We are now partnered on the Saturday Superstream with WhiteHartDane, hence the change of colour scheme. So really, really pleased about that. Going to tell you a little bit about WhiteHartDane in just a second's time. Let's say some hellos in the comment and do let me know which game you're watching. And I know we get people who are at games checking in as well. So do let us know what's what. Hi to Riley, Jay, who's not confident by the look of it. Yes, Steve's already pointed out 2 games have already happened in the Premier League and in the Championships. Manchester United won, Southampton won. I can see Che Adams on the screen over there. He got the equaliser. 0-0 in the game between Huddersfield and Sheffield United. Hello, you and Peanuts, Phil, Ethan, Martin, Stephen, Sandra, Dale, Dave, Iain. Tremendous. What's the word? Tremendous crew in the chat here. Tom, Claire, Nat, Stephen, Tim, Leeds. I think we got everybody in there. Best English School. We said hello to everyone. I think we just about have. Right. It's ticking along the bottom, but let me tell you what is going on today. In the Premier League, it's Manchester United 1, Saints 1 in the 12:30 kickoff. That is all done. In the 3 p.m s, only 3 of them, Brentford versus Palace, Everton Leeds and Watford Brighton, with the 5:30 between Norwich and Manchester City. In the Championship, we've already had Huddersfield 0, Blades 0. In the 3 p.m s, it's Barnsley QPR, Birmingham Luton, Blackpool Bournemouth, Hull Fulham, Borough Derby, Millwall Cardiff, Forest Stoke, Posh Preston, Reading Cov. In League One, where do we get all 12? I think we do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes, we do. Woof. That's why the first goal's always in League One, isn't it? Hey, Wimbledon, Sunderland, Stanley Crew, Burton, Cambridge, Cheltenham, Fleetwood, Lincoln, Wickham, MK Ipswich, Morecambe, Gills, Oxford, Bolton, Argyle, Shrews, Pompey, Donny, Wigan, and Charlton there. So those are your fixtures. We're going to go through some team news. Let me just tell you a little bit about WhiteHartDane, who I've now partnered up with for these shows, which I'm really, really happy about. Head over to WhiteHartDane.com every week, and they are on a winning streak, I am reliably informed. Every week they are going to give you some tips, and we're going to play along with those today. Here is the first. We'll give you the other 2 later on. So over at WhiteHartDane.com today, the WhiteHartDane 5-1 win treble is QPR to beat Barnsley. Yeah, okay. Fulham to beat Hull. Yeah, okay. And Accrington to beat Crewe. So we'll have a look at that during the show. The WhiteHartDane 5-1 win treble there. QPR to beat Barnsley. Fulham to beat Accrington. You will get some bonuses as well if you do head over to the website. Shall we do some team news? Let's do so. Let's go to the Premier League first. I'll do all 3 games and then I will go to your comments on anything you've seen, just so we don't get too caught up in everything. So this is Brentford and Palace. Brentford look a little bit closer to full strength now, don't they? Raya back, AJ Janssen-Pinnock is full strength, Henry Canos, Jensen, Norgard, Janel and Bomo and Visa, still no Tony. I'm going to look on the bench. I'm not expecting to see Christian Eriksen. One day we will see him on that bench, hopefully very, very soon. For Palace, Guaita, Ward, Anderson, Gray, Mitchell, Gallagher, Hughes, Schlupp, Ayew, Edward and Zaha, fresh from that penalty miss the other night. Get your comments in on any team news there. We'll quickly bang through the 3 Premier League ones. You know what it's like around here between 2:30 and 3. We've got to move quickly. There is a lot to say. Here are your teams: Everton versus Leeds. Get your comments in on these. Pickford in goal. Coleman, Holgate, Keane, Kenny, Iwobi, Van der Beek starts. Alan and Gordon, Richarlison, Calvert-Lewin for Frank Lampard. For Leeds, Melier, Ayling, Llorente, Stroke, Dallas, Koch, Rafinha, Rodrigo, Click, Harrison, and James. And obviously, we mention these two players every week that are not there, much to the annoyance of Leeds fans, Calvin Phillips and Pat Bamford, still not fit for the Leeds starting lineup. Our third and final Premier League game. Any comments on this? Another dearly departed team. Should have mentioned that Leeds are as well there. Watford certainly are too. They played Brighton. Foster in goal. Firmino, Cathcart, Samir Kamara. Krichka, Sissoko, Kayembe, Cleverly. Dennis and King for Brighton and Graham Potter. Sanchez, Veltman, Webster, Dunk. Lamptey, Cucurella, Gross, Lallana, Murder, Mopai, and Welbeck. As we said, Norwich, who are another dearly departed team, they play in the 5:30. Nice, easy game against Manchester City for them. Ericsson will start in a training game coming up. Interesting. We look forward to seeing them. Claire, you're singing from my hymn sheet there. Love Me and Akka. We are now partnered with What Akka. Right. Let's dive into Championship land and do some team news here. Barnsley and QPR was in the 5-1 winner treble, wasn't it? Barnsley are not in good form, let's just say. Collins in goal for them. Hellick, Anderson, Williams, Feeta, Styles, Gomez, Benson, Keener, Bassi, and Morris for QPR. Marshall is still in. Let me just check. Is Dieng on the bench? Is he back? Yes, he is. He's back and on the bench. Interesting. Keep your eye on that QPR goalkeeping position. Dickey, Dunn, Barbe, Odebajo, Wallace, Field, Hendricks starts, Chair, Gray, and Dykes. I doubt they'll start in that shape. It will likely be Chair as a 10 with Gray and Dykes as a 2. And is Chris Willock on the bench? No. Interesting. No Chris Willock today, who's been a star man for QPR. Let's do another couple, and then we'll get your feedback on any team news. Birmingham versus Luton. Let me bring you team news up there. Birmingham, Etheridge in goal. Colin, Pedersen, Mengi, and Bella. Really? Gardner, Woods, Graham, Bakuna, Hernandez, and Taylor. Interesting that. I've got a winger at left back there and a left back at centre back. Maybe a bit light at the back. Birmingham today. Give me your thoughts on that. Luton, Shea in goal. Burke, Lockyer, Naismith, Brian Bell, Campbell, Lansbury, and Panzu. Adebayo and Cornick for in-form Luton Town. Get your comments in on anything you see, and we'll do one more team's worth of team news. And it is second place Bournemouth, looking to hopefully leverage a busy transfer window. Now they're already back in second. It's a difficult game at Blackpool, though, for Bournemouth. Grimshaw in goal for Poole. Connolly, Thornley, Ekpiteta, Stirling, no Keogh. Bowler and Hamilton wide. Gabriel and Stewart. Will Gabriel really play in central midfield? Maybe Connolly will. I don't know. Yates and Medine up top. For Bournemouth, Travers, Stacey, Phillips, Kelly, Shamira, Cantwell, Cook, Billing, Anthony, Solanke. Dembele starts. Interesting. We thought Dembele might be the one least utilised who came in the window, but look through that team today. Freddie Woodman is not playing either. Interesting. So look, Phillips is in, Cantwell's in, and Dembele is in of the new faces. Let's get some comments. Here, Hendrick starts. Yes, he does indeed. Nothing wrong with Marshall. Good to have a decent set of keeper. Absolutely. Is this Roy's first game in charge of Watford? No, he's already done 2, I think. David, clean sheet and a draw in 1 and a 1-0 defeat in the other. Brum have injury problems. Hopefully we can take advantage of that. Interesting. We will get on to Borough and Derby. Keogh had a knock and isn't playing. I don't know if you agree, Helen. You know more about Blackpool than I do. I think they're better with Keogh in, aren't they? So that might be something that Bournemouth fans will be looking at today. Let's move on. We'll try and do another 3 matches worth of team news. And here is what leaders Fulham are up to today. they head to Hull City, who did have a 3-game win streak. Lost their last 2, though, haven't they? Ingram in goal for Hull. Coyle, McLaughlin, Greaves, Fleming. Lewis, Potter and Longman wide. Slater, Smallwood, Honeyman and Force, the lonely striker in from Brentford. For the goal machine that is Fulham, Ruddock in goal. Williams, Adrabio, Ream, Robertson. It's very settled at Fulham now, isn't it, frankly? Kearney, Chalobah, Wilson, Carvalho, Cabano and Mitrovic. They're the boys, aren't they, up top for Fulham. Mitro, 30 already. Can he go on to 31 today up at Hull? Big game up at the Riverside. Hopefully, any really nasty parts of the atmosphere have been calmed by yesterday's news, but it is Middlesbrough versus Derby. Lumley in goal for the Borough. Jokesteal, Fry, McNair, Taylor and the brilliant Jones wide. Crooks, House and Tavernier. Balogun starts, interesting, and Connolly for the Borough. Allsop in goal for Derby. Byrne, Davies, Buchanan again at centre-half. Maybe that will help with the pace of Connolly. And for Sive, Bielik and Bird, Thompson, Knight and Lawrence plans. I suspect that will look more like a 4-3-3 with Thompson in the centre than is presented there, but you get the drift. And we thank SofaScore for their always excellent work on their website. I'll do one more and then I'll go to some comments, guys, as we thrash our way through all of the team news. Millwall versus Cardiff, which we are rightly, I think, billing as the return of Steve Morrison to the Den. Great striker for Millwall, now the Cardiff manager. Cardiff, 3 wins on the bounce. They look safe as of right now, don't they? We'll see how they respond to that situation. Bialkowski in goal for Mill. Wallace, Hutchison, Cooper, McNamara, Malone, Keefton Beld, friend of the show, Mitchell, Wallace, Burke and Afobe. For Cardiff, Smithies, NG Flint, McGuinness, Bagan, Drammer, Doyle, Wintle, Rules, Harris and Hugel, very much starting to look a little bit like Steve Morrison's team. Now, let's say a big thank you to Stefan, and we can drink to you, sir. There we go. Sun just come up on a warm February morning here in California. Watched in the dark, Huddersfield draw. I get dressed in the dark, Stefan. Amazing what a competent goalkeeper makes to a season. Amen to that. I learned that many, many years ago when watching Peter Schmeichel play for Aston Villa, aged 40 or something. But there you go. Thank you, Stefan. Not the first time he has super chatted. What else have we got in the chat here? Referee Dean up at the Riverside today. Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea as well. Ebasele missing for Derby today. He'll be a loss on the break. Yes, he will. Top quality player. Right, let me give you your second little bit of business from Watacca. This is the both teams to score, yes, treble. So Watacca are tipping at watacca.com. You can go ahead and sign up for all the tips a lot earlier than you get just for watching this show. They think both teams will score in Everton versus Leeds, okay, Cheltenham versus Fleetwood. And this is not one of our games, but we'll keep an eye on it. Bristol Rovers versus Mansfield. So head over to watacca.com for all of that. Stick your email in. Sign up for your tips. Normal caveats here, guys. Please gamble responsibly. 18 plus only. BeGambleAware.org. Let's do the rest of the championship team news. And then we'll play a little bit of first goal with you lot. Somebody's always right, aren't they? I've just given up playing because I never win. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to play today. Why the hell not? Right. This is Forest versus Stoke. Forest up into the top 6 now, where Stevie Cooper tends to live in Championship land. Samba in goal for them. Worrell, Cook, McKenna, Lowe and Spence, Colback and Garner, Zinkernagel, Johnson and Davis. Look, I bet that's the team for the rest of the season now for Forest, isn't it? I bet. For Stoke, Bursick in goal. Wilmot, Jagielka, Harwood, Bellis and Timon. Michael O'Neill has ditched his fabled 3 at the back now, hasn't he? Baker, who I've been enjoying. Allen, Powell back and starting now. Good player. Brown, Madger starts. And Philogene Bidas for the kind of new look Stoke team based on their recruitment. Get your comments in on that. I'm just going to clear the rest of the championship games before I read your comments, you lot there in the chat. Peterborough versus Preston. Here is your team. Could have been a decisive loss for Peterborough over at Cardiff midweek. God, they need some points, don't they? Bender in goal. Knight, Kent, Thompson, Ward, Coulson. Good luck to him. I liked him at Ipswich, but couldn't get him on the pitch. Fuchs, Norburn, Poku, Brown, and Clark. Harris starts up top for North End, who looked good under Ryan Lowe, you'd have to say, wouldn't you? Everson in goal, Everson, Vandenberg, Bauer, Hughes, Earl, Potts, Whiteman, Johnson, Brown, Archer, who the North End fans and the Villa fans like, and Emil Rees, who's might well get above 15 goals this season, and a decent tally that would be indeed. Have I done all the championship games, you lot? You'll tell me if I miss one. I know you will. Reading versus Coventry. Yeah, a big hello to all our Reading subscribers today, and a big happy 150th anniversary. I know it's not been great, but let's give a thumbs up to our Reading friends, and they're celebrating 150 years of their club today. So what a milestone there for the Reading fans. Carl Hine in goal, Rahman and Yidam, fullbacks, Holmes and Morrison, Rinamoto, Laurent, Ince, Swift, Hoylett, Zhao. They're on a losing streak, Reading. I don't see that team being one of the three worst in the league, player for player. So, I don't know, maybe some kind of coaching, confidence, chaos issue there over at Reading. You tell me. Coventry, Moore, Hyam, Rose, Clark Salter, Martin Kane, Hamish Sheaf, O'Hare, Bidwell, and Gyökeres, who is back in the goals, isn't he? What's happened to Olasunde? Is he? I think he might have had some injuries, Iain, but I think they quite like him. I will defer to Preston fans and their superior knowledge on that. What's the odds? Someone always brings up the plant. Do you know what? Let's do this. Can you see it in shot? Yes, you can. This is water, so don't worry about that. There you go. Bless it. Didn't someone name it the other day? I think they named it after that crazy Cardiff fan who was accusing me of being biased towards Liverpool for the sin of mentioning their players too much whilst they racked up 81% possession in that game. Ewan, posh next 3 games, Reading, Derby and Hull. Good shout that, Ewan. Good shout that indeed. First time happy and Reading has been used in the same sentence for 2 months. Yeah, we did. Look, we're not having a pop. We love our Reading friends in the chat, but Chris is right, and hopefully they will have a happy day today and a celebration for their sake. Of course, may the best team win. Don't get upset with me, Coventry fans. Is it okay to be a tractor boy for the day? It's always okay to be a tractor boy. Speaking of the tractor boys, let's have a little good segue that, Iain. Thank you for that one, buddy. Let's have a little look at what's going down in League One. The way I will do this is I'll go down the table. We don't really have time for team news on everybody. So let's bring the League One table up. Rotherham today, what are they up to? This may be a foolhardy way to do this. All 12 are playing. Why can't I see Rotherham on there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, maybe they're not playing today. I don't think they are. I can't see them. MK Dons are playing Ipswich, so that is second against ninth. Wigan are playing Charlton, so that is third against 13th. Sunderland, with new manager, Alex Neil. Thank you. Wednesday away tomorrow. There we go. So that will help me when I'm searching for Sheffield Wednesday and they're not there. Sunderland, Alex Neil in there. Give me your thoughts, especially Preston and Norwich fans, on Alex Neil going in at Sunderland. Who are they playing today, guys? They're at Wimbledon. Sometimes it's nice to have an away game, isn't it? Who next? Wycombe. Good old Wycombe. They are away from home at Lincoln today, who are down in 17th. Oxford United are at home to Bolton. Bolton are in good form, if memory doesn't is serving correctly there. I can't see the 5-game form chart there, but they're certainly, I know they're 5 points behind Ipswich, but they've certainly been in decent form. We've mentioned that Wednesday play against Rotherham tomorrow. Plymouth today are playing Shrewsbury, who you can see down there in 18th. We've already mentioned Ipswich and Bolton. Pompey, I think, are playing Doncaster. Sorry, Doncaster. I have to scroll down to see you all the way down in 23rd place. We will just bring the table down a little bit lower there. We've already mentioned Accrington because they're on the WhiteHartDane treble, the 5-1 treble, aren't they, to beat Crew, who are down at the bottom of the division. You can see why that is being tipped up. Charlton, we've already mentioned, playing Wigan, aren't they? We mentioned everyone. Burton and Cambridge play each other. They are 14th and 15th in the table. And I think I have cleared the League One business there. Let's go to some comments here. Paul the Plant, there he is. Lucy, thank you for the happy birthday. No, you're welcome. 150 years, fair dues, Reading, yeah. The fact we need to protest shows how terrible the club as is at the moment. Two things can be true. Lucy, agreed. That's an insult. Dave's words, not mine. Cressida, we're going to call the Plant. Okay. Come on, Stoke. Feel another upset for the trees. And what are my thoughts, Ben, on Alex Neil? I like Alex Neil. I think Sunderland got themselves a young manager who's very kind of steely and he's got a lot of experience for someone his age, Alex Neil, hasn't he? And there's maybe an argument that, so he took Norwich up. Yeah, fine. Norwich had a great squad when they went up, but he still did it, didn't he? In the first year, they won the playoffs, and no manager at the moment when they're in the Premier League with Norwich keeps them up. Well, we'll see how Dean Smith does. Daniel Farker couldn't do it, could he? And neither could Alex Neil. And Preston, you know, often with teams like Preston and Bristol City who have kind of peaked and dropped off a little bit, you do have to parlay into the fact of that, the system in the Championship and a possible glass ceiling there. It's hard. You know, okay, teams like Sheffield United blast right their way through it. Fair enough, but maybe they're the exception rather than the rule. Jonathan, good appointment. Surprised not got champion. Yeah, I agree with that, actually. I thought he'd come back in the Championship. Sunderland is a big club, though, isn't it? Very, very much so. Right. We are, what time are we? We are 2:53. We'll play first goal in a minute, so don't put your guesses in just yet. I've got one more tip for you from whatacca.com, and that is the big money Acca. If you want to get on this one before 3 o'clock, what shot is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A 6 shot there. 81 to 1 if QPR beat Barnsley, Fulham beat Hull, Luton beat Birmingham, Cov beat Reading, Stanley beat Crewe, and Tranmere beat Walsall. So if you want to get on that, that's the WhatAcca tip. You head over to whatacca.com, just stick your email address in and you'll get all of this. So you need to be buying QPR, Fulham, Luton, Coventry, Stanley, and Tranmere. You get all the tips there. Let me just go back through the others. 5-1, the treble was QPR, Fulham, Accrington. We'll keep our eyes on these teams. And the 4-1, both teams to score, Everton and Leeds, Cheltenham and Fleetwood, Bristol Rovers, and Mansfield. So that is what we are up to today. And we thank WhatAcca and the guys over there for partnering up with the Superstream. They love a Saturday afternoon at 3 o'clock as much as we do. Let's go to some more comments first. I think we have got time. And we'll dive in here. David, interesting that Roy Keane didn't get the Sunderland job. Or did he turn it down? I don't know. We'll never quite know the truth. I'm sure one party will say one thing and the other will say the other. But look, if you ask Ipswich fans, Roy Keane's a dreadful manager. If you ask Sunderland fans, probably think he's quite a good manager, but it was a long, long time ago, wasn't it? Indeed. Right. Let's get your ideas in for where you think the first goal is going to land today. I only need the name of the home team, okay? So, will the first goal be in one of our 3 Premier League games? Will it be at Brentford? They play Palace. Will it be at Everton? They play Leeds. Or will it be at Watford? Will the first goal be in the Premier League? Get your guesses in. Will the first goal in the 3 p.m.s be in the Championship? Will it be at Barnsley? They play QPR. Will it be at Birmingham in their game against Luton? Will it be at Blackpool? They play Bournemouth. Will it be at Hull? I'm sure we get a lot of guesses for Hull because Fulham are the goal machine, aren't they? Will it be at the Riverside? Borough Derby, tense one, that one. Will it be at Millwall? They play Cardiff. Will it be at Forest? They play Stoke. Will it be at Peterborough? They play Preston. Will it be at Reading? They play Cov. It's often in League One, is all I will say. Will it be at Wimbledon, Accrington, Burton, Cheltenham, Lincoln, MK, Morecambe, Oxford, Plymouth, Pompey, Wigan? Let me know your guesses. I'm going to try and click as many of these up on the screen. You're going to have to remind me who's won because I can't remember any of these. Where is the first goal going to be? Let's get all of your guesses up here. Sorry for indiscriminately clicking through. There we go. Loads and loads of guesses in there. Please don't vote emotionally. Lots and lots and lots of guesses. You got to remind me if you come in. Somebody always gets it right without fail every single week. It's 2:57. This is the Saturday Superstream with WhatAcker. Head over to whatacker.com. We'll bung you one more go through our Ackers before we kick off. There is Christian Eriksen. Wonderful to see him back in the Premier League picture and fit and healthy. That's the main thing. The Bees fans look very pleased to see him. Please, please, guys, hit that like button. Get as many people in the stream today and get those comments moving. We want updates on all the games as things go. You know what happens? We'll get a glut at some point where 4 goals will go in 4 different stadiums in the same minute. That always happens, but keep me updated in particularly what's happening in the game that you're watching or you're listening to on the radio. Here are your WhatAcker tips one more time. That is the 5-1 treble. QPR, Fulham and Accrington. The both teams to score treble is Everton, Leeds, Cheltenham, Fleetwood, Bristol Rovers, Mansfield. And there's the big money, 81-1 on QPR, Fulham, Luton, Coventry, Accrington and Tranmere. We'll keep our eyes on those during the day. Let's do a few more comments before we get to kick off. I think, here you go. Love the Superstream when my club ain't playing. Funny that, a lot of football supporters say that to me. I much prefer your content, Ben, when my team isn't playing. Yeah, we all get a little bit tetchy when our team is playing. And we've got a few more guesses on first goal there. Let's click through all of those. And there we go. No horse in the race today. So absolutely chilled. And let me just tell you what is going on tomorrow, because we may be around for a watch along. We'll see. I'll run that past HQ. So tomorrow afternoon, these are why these teams obviously are not featured. Today, it's Burnley, Liverpool, Newcastle, Villa and Spurs, Wolves, all at 2 p.m. Someone will have to smarten me up as to which of those games is live on Sky. Leicester, West Ham at 4:30. Swans, Bristol City at 1 p.m. in the Championship. And Sheffield Wednesday versus Rotherham in League One. Right. Any more in the comments? Fingers crossed. Someone will trigger me at some point. But as you can see, Ryan, I'm nice and calm today. On a Saturday, I've normally had a bit more sleep. As someone very wisely said to me, whenever you're in a bad mood, ask yourself, when did you last eat and how much sleep did you get? Yes, CV game at halftime. So get your submissions planned out, ready for halftime. We'll have a bash at the CV game today. I can't pronounce your name, but thank you. I'll have a try. Demensur. I love your stream. So good. Very, very kindly. I'm sure I've mentioned Cardiff, Claire. I think it's, have I mentioned them enough is the issue. Let's get in there. I totally agree with that. We are about to kick off in the 3 p.m s. You've all had your guesses at where the first goal is going to be. It's about to happen somewhere. We are go on the Saturday Superstream. It is 3 p.m. Let the carnage begin. Everybody, I'll take a big sip of water. Keep your comments coming in. Please don't put a CV with 458 clubs on it. Maybe we should put a maximum. Should we put a maximum on it? 6, 7 clubs maximum. Let's go. Afternoon, Liam, as well. Everton in real trouble without a win today. Yes. Well, actually, let's check in on that point that Lucy has just made in the chat. So, this is the state of play at the bottom of the Premier League. Remember, the teams in red have kicked off and SofaScore have added another point on to them. But, yeah, you can see the worst case scenario for Everton. Were they to not win today, they'd be on 19 points. Watford today, who have Watford got? They've got Brighton at home. So Watford win would take them to 18 points. I suppose one saving grace for Everton today is that Norwich play Manchester City later, where you would make Manchester City hot favourites for a win. But yes, problematic. Do they have to have played? No, anyone in the CV game, any player, any era, they normally pop up and someone gets the right answer. We are at 3:02 now. No goals, anybody. All quiet on the Western Front in the Saturday Superstream. We've reached 3:02 with no goals so far here on the Superstream. I can see loads of you watching. This is fantastic. Please hit the thumbs up button. Get your comments in. Get your topics in. You may get interrupted if a goal flies in, but we want to hear from you. Let me know how your game has started and who had the Pirelli, who had Burton Albion, because they have scored our first goal. Did anybody win it? I don't think anybody did. I don't remember seeing Burton in there. It's Burton 1, Cambridge 0 is our first goal in the 3 p.m. Well done, Burton. Harrogate scored pretty quickly after, but we don't cover Harrogate, do we? Top 3 tiers for us. So well done, Burton. They lead against Cambridge. That will give me a chance. Ghassan Ahadme, excuse my pronunciation there. I probably butchered his name there. Pretty much par for the course now. You just expect that from me. Now, Alex Patterson has scored for Harrogate at Rochdale as well. Let's bring up that live League One table. So, a chance. I know Rotherham are kind of off in the distance, but a chance for someone to take some points out of them, but they're so far away. The issue is the bun fight there in the top 5. Remember, SofaScore have added, top 6, I should have said, added a point on for every team that's kicked off. So as things stand, Wigan 57, MK 57, Sunderland 55, Oxford 54, Wickham 54. Sheffield Wednesday and Plymouth are within range there, aren't they, on 51 and 52. Remember, Wednesday play tomorrow, but our only leader at the moment is Burton. You can see there, Burton there. Excuse me. Have moved on to 42 points. As things stand, they are our first goal scorer of the day. Coventry already looked like scoring. Norwich player on loan. Thank you, Uncle Moore. I did not know that. Ghassan Ahadme. I'll practice that one. What do we got now? Birmingham drawing in the game now. Yeah, right. Ben, thoughts on Stoke? How far and how you think they will do today? I think I had a draw, actually. We'll see how that one plays out today. Michael O'Neill and Steve Cooper smells like a draw. You probably have Forest as the slightly better side in form, but yeah, we will see how those two managers work today. Glut incoming. It hasn't happened, has it? Just the one goal so far. So well done, Burton. Did someone have Burton? Put your hand up if you had Burton. Congratulations. Congratulations. You won. What we're going to do, we are going to work with Watchalong, and there has been a rumour of some giveaways for this. So we will, hopefully there'll be good things coming in future. And we spoke about that. Oh, it's been disallowed. I think Oxford might have just had the ball in the back of the net. We thought we might have the first mover there up at the top of League One. But no, I got a notification. It did not happen. Big news from Darby. Yes, I've done a video on that, Ben. So don't click away from the stream. But if you want my views on Darby and Middlesbrough and that accord quote that's been reached, I've given them on another video. We do have movement in the top 6 in League One. And it's not positive movement because it's Lincoln 1, Wycombe 0. Interesting. Are Wycombe, Sheffield Wednesday and Plymouth fans are going to be happy about that. Are Wycombe slipping a little bit? Let's go to the live league table in just a sec. It's Lincoln 1, Wycombe 0. And I think they were in 6th at the start of play. So that does, everyone judges it by what is the team in 6th doing. Can we get above the team in 6th? And there you go. So Wycombe are behind against Lincoln. So let's look at some goal differences. Yeah, it looks good for Plymouth, doesn't it? Were Plymouth to be able to get in front in their game against Shrewsbury, they're at home as well, the door has just opened up. They would jump into that playoff position. Liam Cullen, who's on loan from Swansea, isn't he, has scored the opening goal for Lincoln. They lead 1-0 against Wycombe. And all shout loudly if Plymouth take the lead. We could have a switcheroonie there in those playoff positions as things stand. So well done, Lincoln. They lead against Wycombe. There you go. You got the second goal, Humpty Dumpty. Dale, Stoke are the only team to have scored before. Is that really true? Ridiculous stat. I love these Fulham stats so far. There we go. Rotherham fans are happy with Lincoln. So are Sheffield Wednesday fans. Corner to Luton, who we do make favourites at Birmingham today. We'll see how that one pans out. O'Hare and Matson lively for Coventry in that game today. Coventry are at Reading, hoping to poop the party. Can they be party poopers? Congratulations to Reading on 150-year celebrations today. Coventry won't care a hoot about that. They're there to win, aren't they? A couple of goals so far. They'll be on the ticker down there. Burton lead 1-0 at home to Cambridge. Lincoln lead 1-0 at home to Wycombe. Nothing doing in the Championship. Nothing doing in the Premier League so far. This is the Saturdays. Oh, hello at the top of League One. What's all this then? Wigan 0, Charlton 1. That is another side in the top 6 have gone behind early doors. Plenty of time to go, but that is both Wycombe and Wigan behind already. It is Wigan 0, Charlton 1. Interesting, he says. Very interesting. Look at his face. Just look at his face. Let's get back on that live League One table, where it's always chaos in League One, isn't it, for God's sakes? So look at that. That's actually put MK into second place. Wigan drop a place, having gone behind, and they've gone behind at home to Charlton Athletic. Wigan 0, Charlton 1. Elliot Lee, that is son of Rob, isn't it? Elliot Lee is the goal scorer, former Luton Town player, has scored for Charlton. And as things stand, look at that. We got losers in 3rd position and 6th position. It's certainly opening up for Plymouth and Sheffield Wednesday there on the periphery of the League One playoffs. And we've got to go straight back to League One because Oxford now do have the ball in the net. We thought they already had a goal disallowed. It's really kicked off in League One in the biggest way. Oxford lead against Bolton, and we called them in-form Bolton, didn't we? Let's just throw this up again on the screen. So Oxford are now 4th as things stand. It's all coming up rosy for Oxford, isn't it? Let me reiterate. Wigan are losing, Wycombe are losing, and Oxford have taken the lead. And we have a goal in one of our What both teams to score games. It's Everton 1, Leeds 0. Remember, that was tipped up by What as a both teams to score. Everton lead 1-0 against Leeds United. And we are go, go, go in the Premier League. There is the What both teams to score. It's a good start for us on that one. 10 minutes in, we've got a goal already at Goodison Park. Everton 1, Leeds United 0. We are awaiting a goal scorer on that. And I said inform Bolton. I think this is a glut now. The goals are absolutely flying in because Bolton have equalised against Oxford. So maybe it's not coming up massively rosy. as you were, as Liam Gallagher would say. Oxford 1, Bolton 1. We have an equaliser there, we think, over at the Kassam. I'm still awaiting an Everton goal scorer. I don't know if VAR is checking that one. No, Seamus Coleman has given Everton the lead. It's all going off, isn't it? Worth Coleman, thank you, you lot, in the chat there. A great day for Rotherham so far. It appears to be so, doesn't it? Rotherham are waltzing to the league title in League One. Declan John, hasn't he scored the past few games, Declan John? He scored for Bolton. He may become a Saturday Superstream favourite if he keeps doing this. So we really need to round things up properly in a League One sense. What I'm going to do, I'm going to bring you the entire screen up there just so you can see, because there's plenty going down in League One already. Burton 1, Cambridge 0. That was our first goal of the day in the 3 PMs. Lincoln 1, Wickham 0. Oxford 1, Bolton 1. Wigan 0, Charlton 1. Remember, 2 of those teams who are behind are in the top 6. Wickham are behind and Wigan are behind. In the Premier League, it's good news for Frank Lampard and Everton. Seamus Coleman has given them the lead. What we're going to do is we're going to bring up a live table for the Premier League and see what difference does that make. Does that suck Leeds down a little bit, I wonder? No, there's still a bit of a gap in terms of that, but it's very good news for Everton. As things stand, they would be sticking a 5-point gap in on Norwich in 17th, and Norwich play Man City. Now, I think this goal might be good news for one of our tips. Accrington 1, Crewe 0. Stanley have the lead. Accrington 1, Crewe 0 in League One. Crewe, I think, are bottom, if I'm not misremembering that. And I'm going to throw this up. That is the Watchalong 5-1 win treble. So we have a leg of that coming in now. Accrington were tipped to beat Crewe. Ross Sykes has scored on 12. Accrington have the lead. Woof. Let's go to some comments. There's been a bit of a glut so far, I have to say. Stop conceding, Leeds. Can you stop conceding goals? Absolutely. What have we got here? Dean Lewington, yeah. Always good to keep count on Dean Lewington, 868 appearances. Sensational. Woof, woof, woof. Why aren't Brighton and Wolves dearly departed? Because, Dan, they got promoted before I started that show. So, yes, we started that with the promoted teams who went up in 18-19, which would be Norwich, Sheffield United and Villa. They missed out by a year, Dan. Poor buggers. This is the Saturday Superstream with Watchalong. Everybody, if you are enjoying the show, please hit the thumbs up button. Give your thoughts on what's going on. Get your live reactions in. We'll read as many as we can. Newport 1, Oldham 0. That is not on our watch down there in League 2. At the moment, really, the story of the Superstream is it's probably a good day if you support Rotherham, if you support Sheffield Wednesday or Plymouth, who are chasing those League One playoff places. Little bit of a slip so far. It's also good news if you're an Everton fan as well. They look to be sticking a bit of a gap in there. They lead against Leeds. Long way to go. You'll hear me say the words as things stand an awful lot. That's all we can react to. But we will keep you abreast of the picture as it will no doubt fluctuate and change during the day. Bit of a lull at the moment, so we'll go to some comments. We've had a glut. Yes, mark off Woof on your bingo cards. We've already had one of those. Darby staying up, possibly. We'll see how bad Reading are. I think that's the key for Darby now. Isn't it? Newport 1, Oldham 0. Did we call that one? I think we've already said bam, bam, bam. Woof, indeed. Little bit of a lull in the Superstream. So keep your comments coming in. The goals have just stopped for the time being. Plenty have gone in already. It's Everton 1. Leeds 0 in the Premier League. In League One, plenty going on. No goals. Am I right? No goals in the Championship at all. How many games we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Really? And as soon as I say that, a big goal in a big grudge match. I think we all know the game the goal's gone in on. Who scored? Middlesbrough have taken the lead against Darby. And I suspect there will be some banterous chanting going on right now at the Riverside in the big grudge match. It's Middlesbrough 1, Derby 0. Does that change the playoff positions? Let's have a little look-see. Middlesbrough have taken the lead. Krissy Wilder and Middlesbrough. Lee Buchanan own goal. Let's have a look. Does that pop them in above Forest? Yes, it does. We have a goal in the Championship. We have movement in the playoff positions. As things stand, Middlesbrough go on to 49 points. Lee Buchanan, own goal. We mentioned he's playing at centre-half. He normally plays at left-back. Remember, they had Jagielka. He went off to Stoke in the window, didn't he? Maybe a bit short at centre-back, and they're a bit short in this game today. Middlesbrough lead 1-0 against Derby, and of course, it would be a dereliction of duty for me not to scroll down to the bottom there. That's good news for Reading, isn't it? We think Cardiff and Hull, well, we're not going to class them in the relegation picture at the moment. They're so far above. I'll change my mind in a few weeks if that gap closes, but Derby are behind. And as things stand, they're going to be on 18 points. So, chance for Reading possibly today. Can they get a draw or a win and extend that gap? Let's go to some comments. Where are we? There we go. Andy, you may have beaten me to it there. Let the banter commence. As long as it stays as banter and doesn't go into the horrible bickering that we've had for weeks and weeks, then I'm all right with that. The Peterborough pitch is woeful. Now, there is a reason for that, Alistair. It got flooded, didn't it? All the pipes went last season. So they've had big problems with the pitch there. So you are probably right there. Not sure I endorse the wearing of Steve Gibson masks, but each to their own, each to their own. Do the Blades have one of the best midfields in the division in the last few years? I don't like to get into people, when they think something's good, they immediately jump to best in the division status. They've got some good midfielders. I'm prepared to go that far. Have we got a protest at Birmingham? Tennis balls at Birmingham, is it? We know they're not happy there, but yeah, let me know what's going on there at Birmingham. I think our friend Owen has, yeah, he did send me. He's at the game there. If you are watching and you're at a game, there you go. There's his view from, which stand is that? It's the Brian Clough stand, isn't it, at Nottingham Forest? I've sat in there, or is it? Yes, it is. Yeah, I've sat in there many times, albeit I'm a bit of a snob. So in the top tier. But there you go. If you are at games, do let me know. DM me a picture on Twitter, and we will show the world. Let me know how your game is going. Underway again. Stephen, was it a big protest there? How many tennis balls going on the pitch? We saw that from the Charlton fans when they were protesting their owner, Duchâtelet. So it's nothing new there. Birmingham fans taking on that same sort of protest there. And we defend their right to do so. Wimbledon penalty. Ooh. Is this, we've got Mark McAdam, who I had the pleasure of being on a Bournemouth podcast with the other day, at the game now. Are we expecting the net to bulge at Wimbledon? We have a penalty at Wimbledon. This would be another side. I can see all the Rotherham fans and all the Sheffield Wednesday fans and Plymouth fans. Yes, goal. Another team in the top 6 at League One level is behind. What is going on with the top teams in League One today? They're pretty much, well, none of them are winning and 3 of them are losing already. How about that? We're going to have some happy Rotherham fans, Sheffield Wednesday fans, Plymouth fans in the chat there. Wimbledon 1, Sunderland 0. Luke McCormick has scored from the penalty spot. And this is getting quite strange now in League One. I'm sure it won't last all afternoon, or will it? Everybody's losing up at the top there. Let's have a look at the live league table. Look, MK and Oxford are level, and MK are 0-0 against Ipswich. Oxford were leading against Bolton, and that's 1-1. But look, Wigan, third, as things stand. Sunderland and Wycombe, 5th and 6th, as things stand, are all losing. So a door opening up possibly for Sheffield Wednesday and Wycombe, who are Sheffield Wednesday and Plymouth, who are within striking distance of those playoff positions there. Not going well for the teams in the top 6, with that acknowledgement that Rotherham and Sheffield Wednesday are not playing. They play tomorrow afternoon in that particular derby match. Let's go to some comments. There we go. Yeah, end all the games now. Right. There speaks a Rotherham fan. I think all Rotherham fans will be saying that one as well. Sunderland having as many promotion collapses as they've had. Great. Could it be another one? Yeah. Oh, I didn't mention that, actually. Yeah, Alex Neil's first game in today. They are 1-0 down. It's a big seat, that one, isn't it, at Sunderland? Many have gone in there and many have failed, haven't they? Woof. Billy Bowden been great for us the last few weeks. That would be Oxford, wouldn't it? I think he scored today. Animation, hasn't he? Where was he? Preston? Is that right? Bowden? I'm trying to remember. Great name, Billy Bowden, isn't it? Sounds like an old school 50s player or something like that, doesn't it? Keep your comments coming in. Little bit of a lull, isn't it? In the last few minutes. Ooh, interesting though. Goal in the Premier League. Everton 2, Leeds 0. We've got both teams to score on one of the Watchalong tips. So maybe we would have preferred a Leeds goal there. But it's the second has gone to Everton. Could be a good day for Frank Lampard and Everton today. Everton 2, Leeds United 0. We've already looked at that relegation picture in the Premier League. It's going to be a 5-point gap over 17th place Norwich, who play Manchester City at 5:30. Let's just parlay Watford into the conversation there. I should mention them because were Watford to win at home to Brighton, they would go on to 18 points. So it would indeed then be a 4-point gap. And I'm looking at that goal difference. So Watford win would actually put them above Newcastle, wouldn't it? Newcastle have got -20 there. Watford have got -18 if my maths is all working. So we talk about open doors. Is there a door open for Watford to move out of the bottom 3? Hello, everyone. We have a goal in the Championship, or another goal, because Middlesbrough did score, didn't they? And it's gone to Reading. Reading 1, Coventry 0. Happy 150th birthday, Reading. They have taken the lead. We'll get you the goal scorer for that in just a jiffy. In fact, we'll get you it right now. Lucas Zhao has scored for Reading. Reading 1, Coventry 0. This is a bad day for Derby County now. Derby are losing and Reading are winning. That smells like a 3-point swing, possibly down at the bottom of the Championship against Derby County as things stand. Michael Keane was the goal scorer for Everton to make it 2-0 against Leeds. Lucas Zhao has scored for Reading against Coventry, and that's good news for Reading and bad news for Derby, potentially, who are behind. So as things stand, the gap goes to 7 points between Derby and Reading. They've got it down to 4. You can see Derby have got 15 to play. For Peterborough, it's also bad news. 4-point gap incoming. Peterborough are currently level at 0-0 with Preston. And we have an equaliser for Cambridge at Burton. Remember, Burton were our first goal scorer of the day in the 3 p.m s. It's Burton 1, Cambridge 1. Cambridge have just equalised. I think they were pretty much together in the table, weren't they? Maybe 12th and 13th or somewhere around there in the League One table. We'll get you a goal scorer for that. Little bit of a glut there. Harvey Nibbs is the goal scorer for Cambridge. Burton 1, Cambridge 1. Let's go to some comments. Why can't clubs like Sunderland replicate what Wolves did? What, you mean take some investment from China and spend 55 million and get promoted? Yes. I'm sure lots of clubs, M97, would love to have Ruben Neves, Diogo Jota and Willy Bolly in the Championship. But yeah, cost you a lot of money to do that. £55 million loss, okay, including bonuses, for Wolves to get out of the Championship. All good fun. So, developing in the Championship, Middlesbrough are moving into the top 6. Problems for Derby because they're losing and Reading are winning. And finally, is someone getting their act together at the top of League One? Wigan have equalised. Wigan 1, Charlton 1. And we have a goal for Birmingham. Birmingham 1, Luton Town 0. That's bad news for Luton fans and bad news for our long Watchalong tip, that one as well. A couple of goals. Will Keane was the goal scorer for Wigan. And we believe that Birmingham have scored against Luton. Let's dive in. And that is the big... Yes, there you go. There is the... In fact, that's going to hell, the big Watchalong tip there. We're behind in 2 of those games now. Luton to beat Birmingham, Coventry to beat Reading. We are behind in 2 of those games. Accrington are winning, though. So maybe a change will do us good in that one. Juninho Bakuna is the goal scorer, a relatively new arrival there at Birmingham. He has scored. Birmingham 1, Luton 0. Let's have a look at the live league table in the Championship and see what that does, particularly to the playoff picture. We now have Luton losing, and look, that drops them to 10th position. And we have Forest level, Middlesbrough are winning. So it's coming up rosy at the moment for Middlesbrough. For Birmingham, they would move up to 17th as things stand and on to 36 points if they can see out this game. Now they are leading 1-0, Birmingham 1, Luton 0. Let's just check in at the top of League One because I suspect Wigan have gone back second. I need to check fully. They have restored their status as level against Charlton. They were behind, and there you go. So Wigan are now back into second place. MK had temporarily gone into second whilst Charlton were leading against Wigan. That makes sense, everybody. A little bit of a glut. We love it, though, don't we? Did we just have a penalty save? Interesting. Sorry, I didn't realise any of that was going on. Penalty saved. Woof. Dom Solanke missing a penalty. Interesting. Very, very interesting. So Bournemouth missing a chance to take the lead there. And we know pretty much the biggest chance you can get in football. Dead ball from 12 yards. And Dom Solanke, who's having a great season, actually, 20 goals up now after the midweek goal he scored against Birmingham, has missed from the spot. Thank you, guys, for letting me know. Big chance there up at Blackpool. Blackpool 0, Bournemouth 0, and Dom Solanke has missed a penalty there. He does not go on to 21 goals. Let's just check in with the state of play in the Championship leading scorers picture. Obviously, Mitrovic is out in front on his own. Oh, forgive me. I thought Solanke had gone up to 20. That must... Just have a look on the right on the side of that picture. Mitrovic 30. Solanke must have been 20 in all comps. Forgive me for getting that one wrong. Ben Brereton Diaz has got 20. So Solanke just missed the chance to tie up with the Chilean sensation. Andy Weimann has got 14. And Lewis Grabban, who's not in the Forest starting lineup today, tied with Emil Rees and Elijah Adebayo on 12. We'll see if we get any movement on the top scorers list in the championship. Should have had some. Dom Solanke missing a penalty. Ross, coming to you from a train to Chester. Very, very nice too. And he wants to know Fulham are getting on 0-0. Fulham banging on the door. Wilson looking likely to score. With Wolves, I mean, the full package, how they've been able to stay in the Premier League despite not spending much since promotion. They certainly spent a lot getting promoted. So there you go. Yes. The terms Wolves and not spending much. I think they've realised, though, to your point, M97, that it's a whole other boatload of money to get from. I finished 7th a couple of times, didn't they? In the Premier League. Going to start my wallpapering, but we'll be listening. I think, Mr. Radio Floyd, we're very close to watching paint dry and putting wallpaper up. Hopefully the Superstream is more entertaining than that. But yeah, good luck wallpapering. Really got to get them straight, haven't you? Shaylee started talking about wallpapering, actually, Mr. Radio Floyd. I think that is going to be happening in this house. Can you imagine me wallpapering? Terrible. Posh looking good, says Dan. Rangers just woken up. Bell needs to show more for Luton down that left-hand side. Stanley leading against Crewe. Yes, indeed. That is most definitely in the ACCA there. Weimann, best goal scoring season of his career. I'm not surprised when he continually scores 2 in a game. Right. Are the top 6 in League One really waking up now? Oxford 2, Bolton 1. So we had a Wigan equaliser. Oxford lead again. We should acknowledge they did lead earlier in the game and Bolton were able to equalise. But it's Oxford 2, Bolton 1 in League One. We will manoeuvre you across as soon as we can to the live League One table. And remember, in a situation where nobody's winning up at the top of the league, as soon as someone starts winning, that plays very, very well for that particular team. That team is now Oxford, and they will be moving up to 4th as things stand. You can see their rivals there. Wigan and MK are both level. Sunderland and Wycombe are both losing. Very good day for Oxford if they can win. And someone mentioned Bodin in the chat. Is that his second? We got 2 goals for Billy Bodin today. In fact, let's drill into that one and just double check. If he's on a first half hat-trick, can he do it? Could we get a first half hat-trick? Yes. Have a look at that. Billy Bodin, 2 goals by minute 32. Can he do it? Can we get the fabled first half hat-trick? Good luck to Billy Bodin. You got 13 minutes, fella. Can he do it? Bodin, 2 goals already. Can he go into the annals of Superstream history and get the fabled first half hat-trick? Tell me about the goals. Have we got a left footer and a right footer, or a left footer and a header, or a right footer? Is he on for the perfect hat-trick as well? Depending on your definitions. I know the Germans have a very different definition of perfect hat-trick than we do. Plebhead, his words. MK Don's looking much better. Can we continue this form? Yes, it's very, very viable at MK. They've been good for 18 months now, haven't they? So very, very much in there with a chance of promotion. This Oldham resurrection is incredible. Yeah, John Sheridan loves managing Oldham, doesn't he? James, have no idea what's going on. We are winning. Are we winning? Seriously, don't know. Yes, you are, James. Birmingham lead 1-0 against Luton. Right, let's do a sweep. We haven't done one yet, have we? And we're 35 minutes into the Superstream. I'll put it up on the screen as well so you can follow along. Earlier on in the 12:30 kickoff, Man United 1, Saints 1. It's Brentford 0, Palace 0, Everton 2, Leeds 0, Watford 0, Brighton 0, 5:30, Norwich versus Manchester City. In the Championship, 12:30 was 0-0 between Terriers and Blades. In the 3 p.m s, not many goals, so your game is 0-0 unless I mention it. Birmingham 1, Luton 0. Borough 1, Derby 0. Reading 1, Coventry 0. A lot more going on in League One, where it is. And again, if I don't mention your game, it's 0-0. Wimbledon 1. They literally have scored the second we're about to read the score up. Oh, classic. Sunderland have just equalised. Wimbledon 1, Sunderland 1. A first goal under Alex Neil for the Mackhams. And I was literally about to say Wimbledon 1, Sunderland 1. Now, if we've got any Norwich fans, can correct me in the chat. Alex Pritchard has scored for Sunderland. Was he signed for an exorbitant amount of money by Alex Neil for Norwich, or does that predate him? Someone tell me in the chat, because he just scored that goal for Sunderland. Maybe a little bit of, what's the word? Incestuous 1 degree of separation stuff there. Right. League One goals for you guys. Wimbledon 1, Sunderland 1. Stanley 1, Crewe 0. Burton 1, Cambridge 1. Lincoln 1, Wickham 0. Oxford 2, Bolton 1. And Wigan 1, Charlton 1. If I didn't mention your game, it's 0-0. Let's go for some comments here. Signed for 11 million in 2016. Was that by Alex Neil? Can anybody tell me? Crooks has just been lucky for Borough. Gone in heavy by the sounds of it. Oxford loves to score. Oh, God, Brannigan and the 4 penalties. Tremendous stuff there. Oh, hello. At the top of the Championship, Blackpool 1, Bournemouth 0. And Bournemouth missed a penalty in that game. Not a great first half so far for Bournemouth. They are behind, having missed a penalty. It's Blackpool 1, Bournemouth 0. And that is going to open up the eyes of QPR fans, particularly, and Blackburn fans at the top of the Championship. Blackpool lead 1-0. There is the top of the Championship. So if QPR were to take the lead, they would tie up on points with Bournemouth. Bournemouth do have a superior goal difference. Is plus 21, plays plus 17. So we would need quite the swing today for them to change places. But they could go level on points. So keep your eyes on Barnsley and QPR as well, because Bournemouth are behind. And in form, winger Josh Bowler, who was linked with lots of teams in the transfer window, has scored the goal. Blackpool 1, Bournemouth 0. Big goal possibly at the top of the Championship. Woof. There you go. Definitely under Neil. Oh, come on. Let's not debate transfer fees. Unless you can show me the deal memorandum. Anyone's guess is as good as anybody's. But it was a lot of money. Sunderland with Pat Roberts on the bench. City paid 12. Yes, they did to Fulham, didn't they? Normal rules apply on transfer fees again. We never really know what they are. Oh, we got an equaliser in the grudge match. Middlesbrough 1, Derby 1. We have an equalising goal for Derby County. It's Middlesbrough 1, Derby 1. Derby have equalised. And I'm sure the tension levels, if they weren't already at fever pitch there, have just gone up a level there. Middlesbrough 1, Derby 1. That may drop Middlesbrough out of the playoff positions. Yes, it does. Let's get that live league table up for you. I think there was another goal flied in right there. Max Bird is the goal scorer. Middlesbrough 1, Derby 1. Parity restored for Derby up at the Riverside. And parity restored if you're a Forest fan as well, because that goal puts... There you go. The irony, everyone. A Derby goal puts Forest back into the playoff positions as things stand. What's going on at Oxford then? We're not going to get... I thought I saw another goal go in. We're not going to get a first half hat-trick yet for Billy Bowden. We've got a 4th goal, though, and it's gone to Bolton. Oxford 2, Bolton 0. How about that? 4 goals before half-time. I'm sure you're having a lovely time if you're at Oxford. There, Marlon Fossey, 38 minutes, 2-2. How about that? As we get into the comments on the Saturday Superstream, a couple of goals flying in. Absolute beauty from Max Bird. Woof. Barnsley just nearly scored. We didn't have that one. No, calm. Jim, so calm. No one was making the point of overspending. We just said an exorbitant amount of money. It's up to you whether you think that that's an overspend or not. But given that he's now playing in League One and where his career was, it was a big fee. Let's just say. But yes, we'll not get into the horrible weeds of people debating transfer fees when, frankly, let's be blindly honest, none of us have the slightest idea, especially given how deals are structured now and ratcheted out over 3-4 years. The point I was making is let's forget the transfer fee. Did Alex Neil sign Alex Pritchard for Norwich because he scored for him for Sunderland? So there we go. I'm calm. Huddersfield aren't, but no, I know. A lot of money spent on that particular player, indeed. But again, let's not go into the point scoring of who spent most or who lost most. The point I was trying to make was he had him at Norwich and he scored for him at Sunderland already. His first goal, indeed. Little bit of a lull in action as we come up towards half time. It's 3:42 on the Saturday Superstream with. Oh, there you go. I put my finger there. It goes right behind it. With WhatAcker. Head over to whatacker.com. We'll check in with the WhatAcker tips today. I hope we get one winner today, for goodness sake. Be a glowing endorsement of the excellent product at WhatAcker. Just subscribe there. Get on the mailing list there with your email address. And you get some bonuses there as well. In fact, is this a good time to mention WhatAcker? Yes, it is, because Cheltenham have just scored against Fleetwood. Thank God for that. That was a good plug. Wrong one there. But in our both teams to score, we now have another team on the board there. Cheltenham 1, Fleetwood 0. Cheltenham lead 1-0 there. Cheltenham 1, Fleetwood 0. We have that down as a both teams to score. Ooh, goal at the bottom of the Premier League. And it's not good news for Watford. Watford 0, Brighton 1. We'll check in with what that means. So very good day so far for Everton, we think. Alfie May. He's good, isn't he? How many goals has Alfie May scored for Cheltenham? Plenty, I think. Let's check out the bottom of the Premier League, and you're going to be happy if you're a Newcastle fan, a Burnley fan, a Norwich fan, an Everton fan, because Watford are losing against Brighton, of course. Goes without saying. You're not going to be very happy if you're a Watford fan. Brighton, Neil Mopai has scored. The former Brentford striker, the Frenchman, has scored for Brighton. And what that means now at the bottom of the table, potentially a 7-point gap now going in between Watford and Everton. Everton are leading and Watford are losing. And really, they're the only teams involved playing today, if you don't count Leeds on 23 points, 1 point per game, as being involved. We can debate that, but probably Burnley fans, Norwich fans, Newcastle fans, look, they prefer Leeds to be winning, but they'll almost certainly be happy that Watford are indeed losing. We've got a third goal in the grudge match, and Middlesbrough lead again. And they're going to switch places. We've done this before today, haven't we? Middlesbrough 2, Derby 1. That means Borough will go back into 6th place in the league and Forest will drop back out of the playoff positions right before half-time. Sue Smith's doing it now on Gillette. 44 minutes is just ticking along on my screen. Middlesbrough are 2-1 up against Derby. That game has not disappointed so far. Middlesbrough 2, Derby County 1. I've already told you, but let me show you what that means in terms of the playoff race. So Middlesbrough are now, they've gone in, out, they're back in to the playoff positions now. There you go. Middlesbrough up to 6th. Aaron Connolly. We've said about Middlesbrough, this narrative for a while, that they're a good side, but their chance conversion isn't that good. There's a disparity between their expected goals and their actual goals. They've tried to address that in the transfer window by signing, following Balogun, and Aaron Connolly on loan. And Aaron Connolly has scored. A lot of people consider, me included actually, if Chris Wilder can solve chance conversion as an issue for Middlesbrough, they're going to be a tricky, I'm wearing the jumper as well now. Tricky, pretty good shot for promotion, aren't they? Cheltenham 2, Fleetwood 0. We've got both teams to score in that game. Well, Cheltenham have got a second. Cheltenham 2, Fleetwood 0. We will go to your comments in just a jiffy. Cheltenham lead 2-0 against Fleetwood Town. Cheltenham 2, Fleetwood 0. What does that mean at the bottom of League One? I'm not asking that as a rhetorical question. I'm asking that because I genuinely don't know. So Fleetwood, you can see 19th, 2 points behind Morecambe. So it could be a problematic afternoon, this one, for Fleetwood now, were certain teams below them to pick up. Look, you can see Wimbledon and Morecambe could potentially go on to 33 and 32 points respectively, which could be very problematic for Fleetwood. Half times coming in now. It's 3:47. This is the Saturday Super Stream. Half times are coming in. Lots of developing stories, but we will now figure out what the narratives are at half time here. Watford Premier League record, 17 games without a clean sheet at home. That's dreadful. Roy Hodgson as well will be all over that. Ooh, unhappy 150th birthday, Reading. Reading 1, Coventry 1. Coventry have just equalised. I'm going to stick my neck out. Victor Gyökeres has been back in good form. I wonder whether he's the goal scorer. I don't know. I could be wrong. Oh, Middlesbrough 3, Derby 1. It is all going on in that grudge match, and it's all going on in the Championship. We just had a goal for Middlesbrough and a goal for Coventry in double quick time. I suppose the bigger story there, though, is Middlesbrough just gone 3-1 up. They are having no issues with chance conversion today, like they have had at various junctures during this season. We think Coventry have equalised at Reading as well. I'm going to try my utmost and grab you a couple of goal scorers for these two issues. Dominic Hyam, the centre-half, has scored in first half stoppage time for Coventry to make it 1-1. And I do not have the third goal scorer. Oh, I do now. Matt Crooks arrived from Rotherham in the summer. And Matt Crooks has put Middlesbrough 3-1 up in the big grudge match at the Riverside. It looks like, and let's hope it just stays as banter, bragging rights are very much going to Middlesbrough today. So we've done it to death, haven't we? Middlesbrough are looking good for 6th place. However, were Nottingham Forest to take the lead in their game against Stoke City, goal difference is +10. It would go to +11. Although they're racking up their own goal difference. It's tight, isn't it? My maths at the moment tells me Borough +8, Forest +10. So if Forest take the lead, they will take back that playoff spot as well. But things are working in favour of Middlesbrough at the moment. Down at the bottom, I suppose some good news for Derby is that Coventry equaliser. For good news for Peterborough as well. So Derby are behind. Reading are level now 1-1. Coventry have equalised. You can see Coventry there in 14th. We can add a point on to them. They had gone behind in that game. We are coming up half times pretty much everywhere. So we're going to do a sweep. We'll discuss these sort of narratives, and then we will go to the CV game thus far. But let's find out what's gone on so far. So just keep your powder dry on the CV game. half times pretty much across the board now. We don't normally get 5 minutes stoppage time unless there's bad issues either on and off the pitch within the first half of any of our games. So, halftime scorelines: Brentford 0, Palace 0. Everton 2, Leeds 0. Remember, that is on our both teams to score what Aka tip. Watford 0, Brighton 1. Not working out well for Watford so far under Roy the Boy. Haven't scored, in fact. Took a point, didn't they, at Burnley with a 0-0, but haven't gotten the score sheet yet. Ismail Assar now back from AFCON. Emmanuel Dennis, Josh King, João Pedro. They've got some decent enough strikers there. Can they score in the Premier League is a question I get asked a lot. Probably too much. So we'll say no more. Half times in the Championship: Barnsley 0, QPR 0. Birmingham 1, Luton 0. Bakuna. Blackpool 1, Bournemouth 0. Get your jokers out for that one. Bournemouth, Mr. Penn, Solanke, Josh Bowler, the in-form winger there. I'm going to read Dale's comment here. Rumours Bowler was coming to Fulham on deadline day. He can help us out much more by scoring against our rivals. Well, there you go. He certainly can. It's something breaking here in Germany. I don't indeed know what's going on there. If anyone can smarten me up there. Sounds like Bayern Munich are taking a battering, are they? I think BT showed me that, so I'll have a look on the other screen in a minute. Hull 0, Fulham 0. Yes, we've played a half of football and Fulham haven't scored. What is going on? 77 goals for the Fulham. Oh, God. Is that a half time? Deary me. That sounds like when Liverpool went down 7 to Aston Villa, doesn't it? We do get the odd mental result, don't we? Millwall 0, Cardiff 0. Nottingham Forest 0, Stoke 0. Remember, Forest have had their playoff spot picked by Middlesbrough at the moment. Peterborough 0, Preston 0. Is there a chance for Peterborough? Whenever there's a chance for Peterborough, they don't tend to take it, do they? But Reading are drawing and Derby are losing down at the bottom there. Reading 1. There you go. Coventry 1. Let's have a look at League 1. It's Wimbledon 1, Sunderland 1 on Alex Neil's first game in charge there. Accrington Stanley 1, Crew 0. Burton 1, Cambridge 1. That was where our first goal of the afternoon came, wasn't it? Cheltenham 2, Fleetwood 0. We've got that in our What Aka. Both teams to score tip, haven't we? Lincoln 1, Wickham 0. MK 0, Ipswich 0. Morecambe 0, Gillingham 0. Oxford 2, Bolton 2. Plymouth 0, Shrewsbury 0. Pompey 0, Doncaster 0. And it's Wigan 1, Charlton 1. Just to keep you fully in the picture here, I'll go through the games with goals in down in League 2, which is Bradford 0, Exeter 1. Crawley 0, Hartlepool 1. Newport 2, Oldham 1. Rochdale 1, Harrogate 2. Sutton 1, Forest Green 0. Right, we will do some CV game imminently. Let's quickly check in with our friends at What and see how things are moving. In the 5-1 win treble, QPR and Barnsley level, Fulham and Hull level. Accrington are leading against Crewe. So one leg of that so far, looking good. In the both teams to score, we have a goal for Everton and a goal for Cheltenham in those games. We have no goals yet. Bristol Rovers. Mansfield in the big money, Aka. We're struggling, let's just say. We've got Luton losing to Birmingham. How would Tranmere going against Walsall, by the way? 0-0 as well. So we need a few things to go in our favour. But do head over to What Aka. Stick your email in and sign up there. Thousands and thousands of people already have from the numbers that I'm privy to. So do go and check that one out. Shall we play the CV game? Here we go. I can do that. This guy's got good hair like me. Arsenal, Yeovil, Bristol City, Leeds. I'm going Luke Ayling on that one. Adrian, Reading, Newcastle, West Ham, Pompey, West Ham FC, Dallas. Andy O'Brien. I think I'm in on that one, aren't I, Adrian? Sporting Portugal, Arsenal, Southampton, Fulham, I can't say that, Larisas, Orlando Pirates, Chesterfield. Interesting. Arsenal, Southampton, Fulham. I'm struggling with that one. Anyone got that? Oh, was it Shaka Hislop? Woof. I missed it. Who's got this one? Anybody get that one? Sounds like they might be Portuguese. Luis Boamorte? I'll move on to the next one here. Darby, MK on loan, Walsall on loan. I hate these ones with a million. Rotherham, Crawley on loan. Crawley, Macclesfield, Rotherham, Bury, Cheltenham. I haven't got a clue. Brackley, Mickleover Sport. No idea, Iain. If anyone in the chat can get that one, then they're a smarter man than me. Let's move on. Sporting Portugal, Arsenal, Southampton, Manchester United, Derby. That's a tricky one, isn't it? Can anyone get that one? Sporting, Arsenal, Saints, Man United, and Derby. I'm struggling with that one. Pablo Mills. I would have been here all day. And all night and the next day. I'm passing on that one. Let's get this next one up. Coventry, Villa, Borough, Hull, Forest, George Boateng, or would he have played for somebody? Would he have played for somebody in the Netherlands before that? Crewe, Norwich, West Ham. That's Dean Ashton. I've got that one in the bag, surely, Chris. Southampton, Salisbury, Concord, Cambridge, Mansfield, Peterborough, Hull, Wickham. Is that Aaron McLean? Would be my guess on that one. Keep your CV games coming in. It's 3:57 on the Saturday Superstream. Please do hit the thumbs up button. The scores are all ticking along the bottom. Stories developing so far. Middlesbrough going back in the playoffs. Struggle for Watford down at the bottom of the Premier League. They are behind, and Everton are winning as well. Not looking good there for Watford. Any other stories? League One at the top there. Although we said this about the teams at the top of League One. Oh, they're struggling. No. Away they go and they win in the second half. Don't they? Right, let's get back to some of these. Maidstone, Wimbledon, Newcastle, Derby, Rangers, Wimbledon, Dagenham. Warren Barton, Adrian? Warren Barton? Sounds about right. Don't know if he ever played for QPR, but I know he went from Wimbledon to Newcastle, so that'd be my guess. Anybody get that one? Any more? Brighton, Spurs, West Ham, Fulham. That sounds like a classic player to me. Anyone get that one? Ryan Tafazoli. Nah, no chance of me getting that one. I've got Warren Barton. Excellent. Can anyone get that one? Brighton, Tottenham, West Ham. Oh, Bobby Zamora. Yes? Is that Bob? No, there'd be a QPR on that one, wouldn't there? Maybe I'm wrong on that one. Reading, loads of loans. Charlton, Leicester, Huddersfield and Swansea. Oh, God, those loans confuse me, but you've got to put them in, haven't you? Anyone get that one? I'm struggling on that one. Reading to Charlton to Leicester to Huddersfield to Swansea. Nah, I'm struggling. Anybody? I'm going to move on because I'm struggling. 3:59 on the Superstream. We'll be there very, very soon. Oh, I can do that one. That smells like David Platt all day long, doesn't it? As soon as you see Bari, you know it's going to be David Platt, don't you? I think I've got that one, haven't I? Spurs, Fulham, Oxford. It's a I don't know from me on that one. Arsenal, Oxford, Wednesday. Ian's ones always play for Rotherham, don't they? Rotherham, Wolves, Getafe, Reading. Oh, God, they're all on loan, are they? And Villa. So someone who basically went from Arsenal to Villa. Pass. Not getting that one. Ben Hamer. I don't know which one that applies to. But there we go. It's halftime in the Superstream. We're banging about with a bit of CV game here. You can get some more of those in. I will reset. Oh, I think that might be right. Is it Emmy Martinez? I think that's a good shout, Adrian, on that one. Yeah, I think he's right, actually. Yeah, sounds like it, doesn't it? Let me bang through these scores one more time. I'll go a little bit faster for you this time as we prepare for the second half of the Saturday Superstream games. I'll just do the 3 PMs and I'll just do the games that have got goals in. So if it's 0-0, I'm not going to mention it. Everton 2, Leeds 0. Watford 0, Brighton 1. Birmingham 1, Luton 0. Blackpool 1, Bournemouth 0. Borough 1, Derby 3. Millwall 0. Cardiff, I said I wasn't going to mention any 0. So we go. Reading 1, Coventry 1. And in League 1, it is Wimbledon 1, Sunderland 1. Stanley 1, Crewe 0. Burton 1, Cambridge 1. Cheltenham 2, Fleetwood 0. Lincoln 1, Wickham 0. Oxford 2, Bolton 2. We'll go in that one. And Wigan 1, Charlton 1. I can see plenty more of your wonderful CV game business going on there. Let me just give one more shout out to we're keeping our eyes on the Watacca 5-1 win treble, where we're behind QPR, Fulham and Accrington. Only Accrington are winning so far. In both teams to score, okay, these will judge them on certainly the length of the game there. But we've got Everton, Leeds, Cheltenham, Fleetwood and Bristol Rovers, Mansfield. We've got one team scoring in 2 of those games so far. And the big money ACCA, well, let's just say we're behind QPR, Fulham, Luton, Coventry, Accrington and Tranmere. Our worst scenario looks like Luton possibly letting us down in that particular one. It's 4:02. Second half will be kicking off. So I'm going to rattle through a few more CV games. If I don't get them quick, I will move on. Sparta, Borough. So is he Dutch? Swansea, Borough. Swansea, Blackburn, Swansea. Oh, God. Was it the guy with the dreadlocks? Oh, what was his name? Blackburn. Oh, God. Striker. Dreadlocks. Pass. Derby, Wigan. Is that it? I'm struggling with that one. West Brom, Villa. Borough, Leeds, Rangers, Sheffield United. Crikey. Some big clubs that guy's played for, whoever that is. I've got to get all these through. Celtic, Cambridge, Bristol City, Shrewsbury, Dunfermline, Hamilton, Preston. Woof. A lot of clubs there. Struggling with that one. Come on, you lot. Marvin Emnes. Come on. I get that one. Surely I get that one for saying striker with dreadlocks. Surely. That was enough of a description from me, given I've got 500 of them in my face all at once here. Leicester, Bournemouth, Leeds on loan. Leeds, St. Etienne. Bournemouth, Toulouse, Sivasspor. No, I ain't getting that one. Sorry, I'm only doing the CV games here. Brentford, Coventry, Reading, Ipswich on loan. God, surely I should get somebody who went on loan to Ipswich. There's too many ticking around my head at the moment. Come on, I've got to get this one. Coventry, Reading, and then Ipswich on loan. Oh, Sonko. Is it? Is it Sonko, Lucy? Pass. I'm struggling. Max Gradle, David Moyes, some tremendous ones here. Let me do this last one because I think I know that. I think that is Stan Collymore, isn't it? Stafford, Palace, Southend, Forest, Liverpool, Villa, Bradford. There we go. At least I got one. Yeah, please, no one do. Cal, do not do Steve Claridge. We'll be here all day. Oh, no. J-Tab. Surely I should get J-Tab, who's a rugby player now. Right. CV game over. Apologies if you've just been on Wikipedia and looked one up and tapped in all the details there. We are all done with the CV game for today. But brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff from you guys in the chat. Here's the Saturday Superstream. We are back into second half action. Let me know how your game is going, which game you are watching. Stories developing. Looks like a bad day for Watford at the bottom of the Premier League. They're losing. Everton are winning against Leeds. Looks like a good day for Middlesbrough heading into the playoff positions. Potentially QPR, if they take the lead and Blackpool carry on winning against Bournemouth, potentially QPR could tie up with Bournemouth in that automatic race. Sorry, I'm going to say Brian Dean, and then I'm going to click that button, Sandra. There we go. On behalf of Luton, I apologise. Absolutely, Stephen. It's all your fault. Dear, Stephen knows how I feel when people have a pop at me for my predictions. There we go. Well done, Stephen. Right, we should be into second half games now. In League One as well. Maybe if you're a Rotherham fan or a Sheffield Wednesday or a Plymouth fan, Oxford are level, aren't they? Things are working out well with teams not quite winning here on the Saturday Superstream, and straight into the action in the second half. Sorry, Reading fans, I'm going to say it again. Happy birthday, Reading. Happy anniversary. Reading 1, Coventry 2. It's Reading 1, Coventry 2. Coventry have just taken the lead at Reading. So are Darby going to get a let off here for losing at Middlesbrough? And it could be a good day for Peterborough. They could actually take a point out of everybody at the moment. And if I'm a Peterborough fan at the moment, I'm thinking, crikey, door is open. They're a win now for Peterborough and everything really looks good. But is the Reading losing streak going to continue? Michael Rose has scored for Coventry. So I think the two Coventry goals have been scored by centre-backs, haven't they? Dom Hyam and Michael Rose have both scored. That's quite a big goal, actually. Let's have a look at the... Oh, Birmingham 2, Luton 0. And can we write off one of the WhatsApp tips now? I think we might be able to write one of them off. Birmingham have just gone 2-0 up against Luton. Looks like Birmingham are in for a win today. Still, look, long time to go. But Birmingham have just gone 2-0 up against Luton. We must check in with the live championship table. Do not let me forget that, you lot in the chat. Rochdale 1, Harrogate 3, Leyton Orient 0, Salford 1. Lyle Taylor, he has been a good signing. I think that's like 3 goals in 4 games for Lyle Taylor. Sounds like it, doesn't it? Forgive me, I'm pulling that out of my backside. Right. Have a look down at the bottom there. Now, if Peterborough were to score and take the lead against Preston with Reading and Derby both losing, Peterborough would exit the bottom 3. So it's up for grabs for Peterborough. Keep an eye on Peterborough and Preston. Okay, Preston have been pretty good under Ryan Lowe, haven't they? Further up the table, how are those goals affecting stuff? Well, Coventry will now go up into 11th spot with that goal. They lead at Reading. And I think the Reading losing streak is something like 6 or 7 games, isn't it? So developing story there at the bottom of the championship. And if you're a Peterborough fan, you are really, really hoping your team can get in front now, because the door does appear to be wide open. So much for Reading being inspired by their 150th anniversary. Well, they took the lead, Chris, didn't they? But there we go. What's happened with the Luton defence? Who knows? When is this? Yes. Not my words, but Lucy's. When is Reading? Well, the story is with Reading and Veljko Paunovic, the manager, is that they can't afford to get rid of him because of the approved decision by the EFL. They've got to cut wages. They've got to watch the pennies. And Lucy is right. The only way is for him to resign. And let's be fair to Veljko Paunovic. I know a lot of people will argue it's the decent thing, do the right thing for the club, but you're not going to resign in that position, are you? You're going to wait and be sacked and take your payoff. That's genuinely the ones, the way those things sort of roll. Can we have a look at the League One top scorers? I think we can, can't we? Yeah. Let's check in. We've checked in with the Championship top scorers. Let's have a look at the League One top scorers. See if any of them are on the score sheet today. I don't think they are. Although Will Keane has scored, hasn't he? Ross Stewart, Cole Stockton tied at the top of that list on 18 goals. 16 for Michael Smith. 14 for, well, I think Will Keane's up to 15 now, isn't he? Twine, Ironside, Hardy, and Bond. So I think it's only It's only Will Keane he scored for Wigan today, hasn't he? Yes, we've heard about this Crooks decision, this Crooks tackle, Lewis. I obviously cannot comment on it because I haven't seen it, so I will do so in the review show. But you're not the first person who's brought up. I think, in fact, a Middlesbrough fan brought up that Crooks might have got lucky with that one. Yeah, I agree with you, Chris. Shocking position for Reading to be in. I think when you look at Reading's teams, and I will repeat this, I might look if they go down. I will accept the people that say to me, well, Ben, you misjudged the Reading players. Yeah, I'll accept that. But I'll put my neck on the line now. Accrington 2, Crewe 0, guys. I'll put my neck on the line and say I don't think the Reading first 11 is the worst 3 in the division. And my rationale for saying that is the presence of, sorry, let me just type in that score. Lucas Zhao, Yaku Mate, okay, they've both had injury problems. Ejaria, same. Swift is excellent. I like Josh Laurent. Rinamota's not a bottom 3 player, is he? I know it doesn't work out like that. And, you know, it's a team pursuit, isn't it? Football. But I agree with Chris in the chat that, yes, something more going on there. Michael Smith. Yeah, Michael Smith is going to be scoring today, is he? Ian, he's not playing, but there you go. Nasha. Another dull game at the Den. It's 0-0 between Millwall and Cardiff, isn't it, down at the Den? Reading and Barnsley, sad case of the league's ecosystem where you lose your special talents to bigger size. I would possibly say in Barnsley's instance, what I would say about Reading is, yes, okay, let's be honest, anyone in the Championship that doesn't have parachute payments can claim to be a victim of the system because they don't have what 3 teams do every season. What you would say in Reading's case and not Barnsley's is perhaps some financial mismanagement. I think we're in 2 things can be true state here where you can argue, yeah, the system is a bit bent, isn't it? But you can also see financial mismanagement. I know fans of those teams will turn around and say that they wouldn't have taken the risk if the system wasn't broken. And again, there may be some truth in that as well. Didn't happen to Brentford. No, Brentford are the outlier though, aren't they, Chris? There's only been one Brentford so far in terms of bucking that recruitment trend year after year. But yes, they'll continue to be the outlier until somebody else does it, won't they? We're having a bit of a glut now. Should we do a quick sweep or shall we check in with our Ackers? Let's check in with our Ackers. So QPR to beat Barnsley, not happening yet. Fulham to beat Hull, not happening yet. Accrington are 2-0 up against Crewe, though. So it looks like we're in on that one with what Acker. Everton leads for both teams to score. Everton have scored. Cheltenham have 2, or so do Everton, in fact, against Leeds. Bristol Rovers Mansfield is slow there. I think that's still 0-0. The big money Acker, all you need to do is look at Luton and Birmingham now, and that one's going down in flames because I think Birmingham are 2-0 up. And just talking about Reading, they've equalised. Reading 2, Coventry 2. So we'll keep eyes on this one. Reading are back in it. Maybe the losing streak does stop today. Reading have got it back to 2-2. Oh, and a goal that's going to change the playoff positions in the Championship. Nottingham Forest have taken the lead. Nottingham Forest will now go back up into 6th position. It's Forest 1, Stoke 0. They are in terrific form since round number 8 in the Championship. Well, since round number 7, frankly, when Stephen Reid took caretaker charge. But Steve Cooper has really got Forest ticking. And we thought it might be Middlesbrough ending the day in the playoff spots. They're 3-1 up against Derby. Forest now have the lead. Pompey 1, Doncaster 0. Brennan Johnson. He is going to be in the Premier League by some way, shape or form by next season, isn't he? I think we can all see that with Brennan Johnson. His breakthrough season in the Championship. And let's be honest, he's going right through it. And good luck to him because, yes, we are friends with his father. But Good luck to him. Pompey 1, Doncaster 0. Rico Hackett-Fairchild is the goal scorer there. Let's check in with the Championship. Couple of important goals there, specifically that one for Nottingham Forest, which now means both Forest and Middlesbrough are winning. There's not much separating them. They're tied up on 49 points. You can see Forest now, their goal difference is +9 with that goal. Boroughs +8. So if Middlesbrough were to score again, it would be +9 and +9. So then we're down to goals scored, aren't we? Goodness, that is very, very tight. What was the, can someone remind me, what was the head-to-head result between Forest and Middlesbrough? Do we get into head-to-head at some point? Let's go to some comments. Mitro goes close. Ewan, I'm not sure on a watch-along tomorrow. I'll check in with HQ early doors and we'll see what's happening there. Ooh, Hull 0, Fulham 1. They're doing it again. Fulham have taken the lead, and that is the second leg of the 5-1. It's Hull 0, Fulham 1. Fulham are a goal up, and Bournemouth are behind. So we now switch our attention to the top 2 in the Championship. I'm laughing because I've just seen the goal scorer. The incredible Alexander Mitrovic has just got his 31st goal of the season. And it is Fulham leading now. And look at that gap. If Blackpool beat Bournemouth and Fulham beat Hull, that gap is 9 points. QPR can't do anything about that gap. Only Bournemouth can do something about that now. Look at the distance there. And Mitrovic is heading towards 40 goals now, isn't he? 31 for the season for the incredible Alexander Mitrovic, who, and I think we did the numbers in midweek so I can remember them, played 28, scored 31. How many goals is that guy going to get between now and the end of the season? Incredible what he is doing. Mitro, indeed. A fresh look to the playoff places, maybe. 31, ridiculous. Yeah. Incredible. Look, we've spoken about him all season. We all knew it was going to happen because every time he's been in the Championship with Fulham, this is exactly what he's done. But yes, you still have to stand there and applaud when someone is now on 31 goals. So that's tied up with Ivan Toney's numbers from last season. So we are now looking at Lee Hughes and Guy Whittingham. And I'm having to go back to the... so in the Championship days, as in from 2004, 2005, that is now level with Ivan Toney's record. I tend to go back to the start of the Premier League era and do whatever you're comfortable with. You know, if you want to go back to 1895, that's fine. You can do the research and pull the videos out of the goals then. But I go back to 92, 93, and we do have Lee Hughes for West Brom in, and I'm going to get the year wrong now, 97, 98, possibly? 98, 99, I can't remember the exact season. If we've got any Baggies fans in, they'll tell me. And Guy Whittingham in 92, 93 scored 42 goals for Pompey in the Championship, or in the First Division, as it was called then. And Mitrovic he's on for it, isn't he? How many games have Fulham got remaining after today? They will have 16 games remaining. And he is 11 goals currently behind Guy Whittingham there. So keep your eyes on that. Outstanding player on fire. Cheat code. Agree. 5 shots on target for Posh, really? And 10 shots. Oh, sounds like they're pushing in that game. The door is open. We have said for Peterborough. Bit of a lull at the moment, which allows me to talk about Mitrovic's antics. But we do have a goal, and I wonder if Plymouth have gone into the playoff positions in League One. It's Plymouth 1, Shrewsbury 0, And we know that Wycombe were losing and Sunderland were losing. I don't know exactly the points tallies there, so forgive me if I'm wrong about that. They're certainly going to be closer because Plymouth have taken the lead against Shrewsbury. It's Plymouth 1, Shrewsbury 0. Let's wait for the goal scorer. And yes, well done, Plymouth. The door is open. They have walked through it. Plymouth 1, Shrewsbury 0. And Plymouth go on to 53 points. And Wycombe, who we are very used to seeing in the top 6 in the Championship, Wycombe have dropped out of the playoff spots as things stand. Plymouth, Connor Grant, the former Everton player, has got the goal, and Plymouth lead at home to Shrewsbury, and they will be in the top 6 in League One as things stand. Worth. Mitrovic gives me Owen Doyle, 14-15, had 22 goals by Christmas. That was what Lee Hughes did, although he didn't fall off quite. Glenn Murray, if you look into his 30-goal season, he had an 8-game drought at goal 20 after goal 29. So the pressure is real. Well, Pee Wee Herman, if you can show me a payslip for Mitrovic and you can show me all of Hull's wages, then I will believe that. I don't believe he covers all of Hull's wages, but if you're talking about the whole squad or the whole 11, but yes, we understand there's a financial disparity in the Championship, but I can't agree with that without seeing the evidence, I have to say. But you may be right. I don't know. Junior Hoylett has been sent off for Reading. And again, I'm going to repeat this. I'm sorry. Peterborough fans are going to be getting cross with me now. And Preston fans. I can see we've got some Preston in. So we will even that up. But the door is open. If Peterborough can get ahead against Preston here, we will balance that out and talk about Preston here, Dan. Preston need a bit of quality in the midfield. They've got some Ben Whiteman, haven't they? Get Reece and Archer through on goal. We need a change. Mitrovic on the end of a Nico Williams cross. He's got 2 assists already, has he? He's slotted in all right. There, Nico Williams on loan from Liverpool to Fulham. He's already got 2 assists there. Portsmouth 2, Doncaster 0. Pompey 2, Doncaster 0. I should now, and I have to say completely neutral on all games, so this is not an anti-Barnsley thing. I should say the Watacka 5-1 treble is now reliant on QPR. Okay, Fulham are leading against Hull and Accrington are 2 up against Crewe. So keep your eyes on Barnsley QPR. Of course, may the best team win. I'm just telling you what it is. And no sooner has Junior Hoylett been sent off, Reading 2, Coventry 3. Coventry have the lead at Reading. And one leg of our ACCA there is on fire there. Accrington 4, Crewe 0. Crewe are taking a bit of a battering over at Accrington, which we all know is a very, very tricky place to go. But yes, it's not working out well there. Coventry have got the lead, we think, at Reading. Sean McConville has scored for Accrington. George Hurst was the goal scorer for Pompey to put them 2-0 up against Doncaster. Hopefully that's on the ticker somewhere. I'm just going to double check that I did put that one on. Yes, I did. And Iain Mattheson, the left wing back for Coventry. I think he's playing left wing back today, isn't he? I know they switched sides there a few times. He has scored. Mattheson has put Coventry 3-2 up and Reading are down to 10 men. So what that means is that Darby are possibly getting a let off from losing at Middlesbrough today. They're 3-1 down. And what it really means is Peterborough have got a massive chance, a gargantuan chance. All they need to do is score a goal and take the lead against Preston, and they will move out of the bottom 3 because it looks like the losing streak is continuing for Reading today. Goodness me. Ben, here for Cameron Archer content. Well, that will fly in the face of Peterborough getting in front, won't it? Because Cameron Archer's playing in that game for Preston. Posh don't really have a cutting edge. They've made chances but missed 2 clear-cut chances. Interesting. He's playing in behind Vic, is he? Iain Mattheson playing number 10. I'll believe that when I see it. There you go, playing left of the front three. Interesting. There you go, Iain Mattheson, not a wing back today at all. Maybe that's why he's got on the goal scoring sheets. Thank you to the COV fans letting me know that. Mattheson has given Coventry the lead down at Reading. Colchester 1, Carlisle 1. It's Kyle Lafferty who's just scored for Kilmarnock. Not on our watch. Jermaine Defoe on for Sunderland. Defoe, well, how old is Defoe? 39, I think, might be the answer. Might not be the answer, but we see him on a football pitch. We expect him to be scoring, don't we? Defoe at Sunderland. Let's do a sweep because it's 4:26. And what numbers am I getting up for these goals? 67, yeah. So we are about 3/4 of the way through the games in the Saturday Superstream. Today, I'm not. I'm going to stop right there. Big goal at the top of the Championship in the playoff positions because Stoke have equalised, which means Middlesbrough are back in the playoff spots. Nottingham Forest 1, Stoke 1. We have an equalising goal for Stoke. It is Nottingham Forest 1, Stoke 1. We will find out who the goal scorer is imminently, but I will show you again, and we flip-flopped a few times today already with those playoff positions, but Middlesbrough are going to be back in there. As things stand, Middlesbrough in 6th. Nottingham Forest have just dropped off 2 points. Josh Madger is the scorer. He has already scored for Stoke since arriving on loan from somewhere in France. I always get this wrong. Who does Josh Madger play for? Someone tell me. It's a French club, isn't it? But he was on loan at Fulham last season. He was at Sunderland, wasn't he? Bordeaux, is it? I should know being a wine drinker, shouldn't I? But he's equalised. Nottingham Forest 1, Stoke 1. Let's go back to some more comments. Swindon 2, Scunthorpe 0. Barry Hales still playing at 49. Barry Hales, always worth a mention. There you go. Thank you, you guys. Bordeaux. Did you beat me to it? I was nearly there if you did, didn't I? Right. Sinclair and Evans on for Preston. Which way is that? There's going to be a goal in that game, isn't there, between Peterborough and Preston? Still 8-0. Come on. Come on, lads. Get scoring. This is the Saturday Superstream. I was going to do a sweep, wasn't I? Let's try and do... Right, I promise. Here you go. Pinky promise. Everybody hold out your hand there. I promise I'll complete the sweep, even if a goal goes in. Unless it's a mad goal. Okay? That's not a promise, is it? Deary me. My morals are not coming across well there. If I can break a promise that easily. Right. Full sweep coming in the 3 p.m s. Brentford 0, Palace 0. Everton 2, Leeds 0. We need a Leeds goal on our on both teams to score, Acker. Watford 0, Brighton 1. Bad day for Watford as things stand with Everton winning as well. Barnsley 0, QPR 0. We need a QPR goal for our Acker. Remember, if I say that, that's our Acker. That's not anything against any of the teams that would be conceding said goal. Burton have just gone 2-1 up against Cambridge. Right, I'm getting through this sweep, I promise. Birmingham 2, Luton 0, Blackpool 1, Bournemouth 0. Could be a biggie at the top there, especially if QPR score with Bournemouth losing. Hull 0, Fulham 1, guess who? Middlesbrough 3, Derby 1 in the big grudge match. Millwall 0, Cardiff 0, Nottingham Forest 1, Stoke 1. Forest are dropping out of the playoff positions as things stand. Peterborough 0, Preston 0. I keep apologising to Preston fans for saying it, but the door is wide open for Peterborough to get out of the bottom 3. Reading 2, Coventry 0. That is the reason why, of course. And Reading are down to 10. Junior Hoylett red carded in that game. Ooh, Neil Harris, hello. Gillingham have just taken the lead. Remind me, guys, Burton and... Do you know what? I'm going to do it right now just so I can get through the sweep. Because we've had goals while I've been doing the damn sweep. Burton went 2-1 up against Cambridge, and Neil Harris and Gillingham have just gone 1-0 up at Morecambe, odds on Neil Harris getting Gillingham out of trouble? Interesting. I'm rubbing my chin on that one. What are Luton doing today? Birmingham 3, Luton 0. Well played, Birmingham. Fair dues. In fact, I'm going to bung that in. I promise I'm going to do the League One sweep right now. But Birmingham have just gone 3-0 up against Luton, who are very, very much having an off day, let's just say. We expect slightly more from Luton than that, given their good form of late. Right, I'm doing it. I'm laser focused. Wimbledon 1, Sunderland 1. Stanley 4, Crewe 0. Burton 2, Cambridge 1. Cheltenham 2, Fleetwood 0. Lincoln 1, Wickham 0. Wickham are out of the top 6 as things stand, with Plymouth winning, by the way. MK 0, Ipswich 0. Morecambe 0, Gillingham 1. Oxford 2, Bolton 2. Plymouth 1, Shrewsbury 0, and going back into the top 6. Pompey 2, Doncaster 0. Wigan 1, Charlton 1. Someone in the chat, give me a mill. Give me a mill in the chat. Millwall 1, Cardiff 0. Millwall lead against Cardiff in minute 73. I need to give you some goal scorers as well. Give me a mill in the chat. Millwall lead 1-0 against Cardiff. Right, goal scorers. Onel Hernandez, who I think has been good on loan at Birmingham. I say that just because I talk to lots of Norwich fans and they tell me he's very erratic. But when he's good, he's good. I suppose that's the nature of being erratic. Ryan Jackson was the goal scorer for Gillingham. We must check in with Gillingham. In fact, let's do that now. Let's have a little look at the bottom of League One and see what's going on down there. So, as things stand, Doncaster are losing, Crewe are losing, Gillingham are winning. 6-point gap now between Donny, Crewe and Gillingham. Morecambe are behind. Could be a good day this for Gillingham, couldn't it? There's still a 3-point gap between Gills and Wimbledon, who are playing Sunderland, who would be favourites if anyone is going to go on and win that game, you would think. And then above them, look, Fleetwood, Shrewsbury, Cambridge, all losing. I wonder, can Neil Harris get Gillingham going? I was a bit surprised he went in at the relegation zone level of League One, but that's where he is. And I don't know, you tell me. Speaking of Neil Harris, his former club Millwall took the lead. Let's just check in with the championship. And Murray Wallace, not Jed, Murray, has given Mill the lead. So what does that do? What have you done for me lately? Up to 15th and 40 points. Although look at that. That is so Gary Rowett, isn't it? Played 30, won 10, drawn 10, lost 10, -2 on the goal difference. You love to see it. Can you go? 6. Oh, Barnsley 1, QPR 0. Wow. Are Barnsley going to win at last? There's terrible news for our Watchalong 5-1 win treble. But Barnsley might be going for their first win in forever. Sit down, I need a drink. And our Bournemouth going to get away with it at the top. Bournemouth are losing, but so are QPR. And they're losing to Barnsley, who haven't won in about 100 years, have they? Barnsley 1, QPR 0. That would be a big one. 24th against 2nd, 3rd, 4th. 20 places difference in the table. I think, QPR above Blackburn. I think it might have even been 3rd, mightn't they? Domingos Quina, who's on loan from Watford. He was on loan at Fulham for the first half of the season. He's gone off to Barnsley and he's given them the lead against high-flying QPR. Wow, that is really bad news for one of our hackers and really bad news for QPR, but really good news for Barnsley. How long is it since Barnsley have won, you lot in the chat? God. Let's have a look down at the bottom of the table. Wigan have taken the lead against Charlton. Oh, Wigan, they do it, don't they? Wigan are going to be properly second now. MK are level 0-0 against my lot, Ipswich, and Wigan have just taken the lead against Charlton in League One. But we are looking down at the bottom of the championship. So Barnsley will close up to within 1 point of Darby. It could be an unlikely win, but look at the top of the table. I should have mentioned, happy days if you're a Fulham fan today. Fulham are winning, Bournemouth are losing, and now QPR are losing to Barnsley, who have been bottom and well bottom for a while. We need to check in with Wigan. Wigan have taken the lead. Sorry, I can see the comments are massively filling up and I'm not reading any of them out. My bad. But Wigan are going to close up. They're in the lead, I think, for the first time today. They were behind. They're beating Charlton 2-1. Stephen Humphreys is the goal scorer. And they're going to go within 6 points of Rotherham. And look at that. They've got 4 games in hand, Wigan, on all of the 3 teams directly below them. So, look, you tell me your theories. You're entitled to believe what you like on. Would you rather have the points on the board or the games in hand? Oh, Peterborough. Oh, dear. Peterborough, the door's wide open. Peterborough 0, Preston 1. Oh, it could be a good day for Barnsley now, couldn't it? Everyone down the bottom's losing now, except for Barnsley. Wow. When was the last time Barnsley had all the results go for them and won themselves? Doesn't feel like it's happened a lot, does it? Peterborough 0, Preston 1. Cameron Archer. Again, the Aston Villa loanee is filling his boots. It's Everton 3, Leeds 0. We need both teams to score in that one. Else we are not going to get a winning WhatAcker tip on our first week in partnership with WhatAcker.com, which would be terribly disappointing. But still, head over to WhatAcker.com. Come on, let's get one of them come in. We've got to look down at the bottom of the championship then, guys. Peterborough are behind. Preston are leading. So, and I can't believe I'm saying it, is it going to be a very good day for Barnsley? It could be. I'm not able to see. Come on, SofaScore. Little pig, let me in. Give me a league table. Can you do it? I think you can. There you go. I've had to go in through Barnsley's game, but I'm in. I've broken in. And as things stand, it couldn't be better for Barnsley. Look above them. Derby are losing. Peterborough are losing. Reading are losing. Cardiff are losing. Hull are losing. The entire rest of the bottom 6 is losing. And Barnsley are winning. There you go. They haven't had many good days this season, Barnsley. But that's the dictionary definition of a good day. You win, and literally every single one of the teams above you is losing. I hate to say it, but knowing how Barnsley's season's been, it won't end that way. But at the moment, it's all looking very good. Sorry, there's tons of comments in the chat. Don't speak too soon. Hey, Claire, I always say, as things stand. That's my get out on everything. Straight down the other end for Posh hitting the bar. Preston score. Story of Peter. Well, that is a very big predictor of a team that's ultimately going to get relegated. There you go. Cameron Archer content delivered. Absolutely, indeed. Has Shaylee been in? Sorry, we must. There she is. There you go. Say hello to Shaylee and Enid, who are probably thinking, Ben, stop shouting in the other room. There. Woof. Wow, Barnsley. Barnsley is such a bogey team for QPR. It appears to be going that direction, doesn't it? Right. We are all set now and going into the last 10 minutes of normal time. Is that game really happening, Tom? Oh, wow. Peterborough versus Reading on Wednesday. How about that? Oh, Watford, what are you doing? Oh, dear. I have to make these Dearly Departed videos every week, and they can be depressing. Watford 0, Brighton 2. It's going to be a bad weekend again for Watford. They haven't scored a goal yet under... they've got a point. They've got a point against Burnley. Watford are 2-0 down against Brighton. Let's have a look at the bottom of the Premier League. Nothing's really changed other than Everton have stretched out their lead. By the way, did I say Everton had gone 3-0 up against Leeds? Richarlison scored on 78. That got lost in the shuffle after Barnsley took the lead and Peterborough went behind. So let me just quickly check in with the bottom of the Premier League. In fact, I'm going to do it in 15 seconds time because I need to tell you Portsmouth are 3-0 up against Doncaster. Give me a mill in the chat. Give me a mill. Millwall 2, Cardiff 0. Millwall are going to win today, aren't they? Millwall 2, Cardiff 0 down at the Den. Millwall have gone 2-0 up. Can I get a mill? Can I get a mill, anybody? shove one in the chat. There we go. We got 2. Millwall have gone 2-0 up. We'll wait for a goal scorer. And I did promise you, I said 15 seconds. I lied. Again, what a deplorable human being I am. Watford, 15 points. That total ain't increasing today, is it? And Everton are winning. The only saving grace for Watford is that Norwich are playing Manchester City. So that could solve that problem. Newcastle, Villa, I don't know. Newcastle are a little bit on the up, aren't they? Mason Bennett is the goal scorer. There you go. Oh, Mark is back, everybody. Mark is back. Give you a mill. Not even anti-Scouse, just anti-Welsh. There you go. Mark is back. But Mark, everybody, our favourite troll, told us he was going to unsubscribe. But trolls never unsubscribe. They always go back. Anybody in the chat, just to wind up Mark, give me another mill. And I'm going to put them all up on the screen. There we go. Mark, why would I be anti-Welsh if this is just about Cardiff? Cardiff aren't the only Welsh team. That's very anti-Swansea of you to say that, Mark, isn't it? Deary me. There we go. Give me a mill in the chat just to wind up Mark, our favourite troll here, who said he was going to unsubscribe, but trolls never unsubscribe, do they? Here you go, Mark. Here's a few more mill. In fact, look at that. It's almost like you're not very popular, Mark, is it? There's plenty of mills in there. Yeah, look. Wrexham. How disrespectful of Mark. What an anti-Wrexham comment he's made there, assuming that any disparagement of Cardiff is a disparagement of all the Welsh. He should have mentioned Wrexham there, shouldn't he? There's some more mills in there for you, Mark. Give me a mill, everybody. Actually, do you want one from me? Mill! There you go, Mark. Put that in your unsubscribe button and press it and off and leave us all alone here. There you go. Let's give him a few more in the chat there. The trolls, they never go away, do they? Really? Any more goals flying in, everybody, as we go into the last sort of 5 minutes now of normal time? Let's do a quick little sweep through everything. By the way, we try and be as impartial as we can, although apparently having a laugh with the Millwall fans about the fun mill chant that we like is apparently anti-Welsh. So there we go. And if you've ever seen me before, it's often give me a mill when Millwall score. But there you go. Shame. Hopefully the unsubscribe button will finally be hit. Could block me as well, actually. That'd do me, actually. Right, Brentford 0, Palace 0. Everton 3, Leeds 0. Watford 0, Brighton 2. Excuse me. That mill hurt my throat. There you go. It was just for you, Mark. Barnsley 1, QPR 0. Wow. Birmingham 3, Luton 0. Blackpool 1, Bournemouth 0. Hull 0, Fulham 1. Middlesbrough 3, Derby 1. Millwall 2, Cardiff 0. Nottingham Forest 1, Stoke 1. Peterborough 0, Preston 1. Reading 2, Coventry 3. In League 1, it is Wimbledon 1, Sunderland 1. Accrington 4, Crewe 0. Burton 2, Cambridge 2. Cheltenham 2, Fleetwood 0. Lincoln 1, Wickham 0. MK 0, Ipswich 0. Morecambe 1, Gillingham 1. Oxford 2, Bolton 2. Plymouth 1, Shrewsbury 0. Pompey 3, Doncaster 0. Wigan 2. Charlton 1, and Bournemouth have equalised. Bournemouth have got a goal back on 86 minutes. It is Blackpool 1, Bournemouth 1. And you guys are telling me, Breece Samba has been red carded. So it's not just a red card at Forest. It is the keeper who is off. Walsall 1, Tranmere 0. That's in one of the Accas, isn't it? Although I think, have they all gone up in smoke yet? We'll find out, won't we? I was just going to stick a goal up and I've forgotten which one it even was. It was Bournemouth, wasn't it? Jamal Lowe has equalised. The former Swansea player. He played for a Welsh club, did Jamal Lowe, and he scored for Bournemouth today. How about that? Let's see what that's going to do. Oxford 2, Bolton 3. Such a weird day at the top of League One, hasn't it? And Bolton now lead 3-2 against Oxford. It's Oxford 2, Bolton 3. God, where to go first? We need to get to the top of the championship, but SofaScore looks very, very broke. So I'm having to click about 10 more things before I go in. There we go. It is, let me scroll that down a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. So Bournemouth now, are they going to get away with not winning today? Look, maybe Fulham are away and clear. Who knows? QPR are behind at Barnsley, which would be a big surprise given the respective positions in the league there. Let's see what Bolton's goal at Oxford has done to the top of League One. Very strange goings on in there. Nottingham Forest 1, Stoke 2. The red card happened. It's turning out to be a very good day for Middlesbrough, isn't it? Middlesbrough are going to win, and Forest are behind and down to 10 men. Lewis Baker has scored from the spot. He scored from the spot against Swansea. Oh dear, did I mention a Welsh team there? I must be anti-Welsh, mustn't I? But he did. He scored a goal, a football goal, against a team from Wales. And he scored another one today against a team from England. I must be anti-English as well. Oh, dearie me. Forest 1, Stoke 2. Worth. We must check in with the top of League One. I said we were going to do that, didn't I? Let's dive in there. So Oxford, outside those playoff positions, are now behind. And amazingly, and I don't know how this has happened, Wickham must have equalised. And I must have missed it because they jumped up 2 places. When did Wickham score, you lot? Let me get that up on my laptop over this side. Sorry, I must have missed a goal for Wickham at some point. I could have sworn they were behind. Almost like there's a million things going on at once. I said it was a good day for Middlesbrough. They've just gone 4-1 up in the big grudge match. Yes, it is Lincoln 1, Wickham 1. Apologies, guys. I missed that one when it did go in. Anthony Gordon, Everton 3, Leeds 0. I thought they were already 3-0 up. I've got them as being 3-0 up on the screen. So we're trying to catch up with everything here. Right, sorry. It's all going off. Lincoln 1, Wickham 1, and Middlesbrough. Duncan Watmore has scored for Middlesbrough. It's Middlesbrough 4, Darby 1. Middlesbrough 4, Darby 1. Let's see if SofaScore lets me actually click on the championship table now. Go on, let me. Yes. There we go. And Middlesbrough, not only are they going into 6th, but look at that. That evened itself out quickly, didn't it? We had a huge 46, 46, 45, 45 a couple of, or maybe last Saturday, wasn't it? And now, 3-point gap as things stand for Middlesbrough. Game in hand as well over Forest. I can see Sheffield United and West Brom in there behind, and Stoke. Yeah, it looks like everything's moved down 1 position, doesn't it, in terms of those gaps. Luke McCormick has been red carded for AFC Wimbledon in the game against Sunderland. Let's go to the comments. Sorry, lots of mills coming in. I think it's only fair if someone's going to troll me that I have a right to reply. By the way, if we've got any Swansea fans or Cardiff fans watching, just to make this completely clear, my mocking of Mark is in no way confirmation that I am indeed anti-Welsh, which is so absurd. I'm not even going to give it the credit that I've probably already given it, frankly. But there we go. We love Cardiff. We love Steve Morrison. We love Swansea. And we loved Steve Cooper. And now we love Russ Martin as well. We love everybody here completely equally. Full time, Watford 0, Brighton 2. And the full times are going to start going in now. So this is the point where I say, where's the late goal? There's always a late goal. Someone's going to score a goal in the 95th minute that either confirms a win or secures a draw or something of that nature. Roy Hodgson is disappearing down the tunnel. He's got his work cut out for Watford. Oh, here we go. Millwall 2, Cardiff 1. So give me one of those. There you go. Give me one of those in the interest of balance. There you go. Millwall 2, Cardiff 1. Cardiff have got one back. The Ayatollah, I think it's called, isn't it? A goal for Cardiff. Millwall 2, Cardiff 1. Can Cardiff get it back? We said there's always a late goal. That one isn't even. That late, Nottingham Forest have equalised. They've only got 10 men. What's going on? Forest 2, Stoke 2. We have an equalising goal for Nottingham Forest. They are not going to lose by the looks of it. And they are down to 10 men. Well played, Forest, who've got it back to 2-2. Who was the Cardiff goal scorer? Joel Bagan in the 92nd minute. Can they put the fear of God up Millwall now? Millwall 2, Cardiff 1. Bagan on 92 has got a goal back. There you go. There's a car and Forest have equalised. I don't quite know how they've managed to do that. They had the keeper sent off and gone 2-1 down on 85 or 88. The goal went in. And they've equalised. We're waiting the goal scorer. Maybe 90, 91. We will find out imminently who that goal scorer is. But Forest have equalised. Look, Middlesbrough is still going to be occupying that playoff places, aren't they? There you go. Give me a 4. Oh, dearie me. Have Forest managed to stick a sub goalie in then? I don't know whether they've made 3 subs or not. Brentford 0, Palace 0, one of the dearly parted there. 0-0 draw. Who's the Forest goal scorer then? Come on. Let's find out. Ryan Yates on 92 minutes. I hadn't noticed, but we were talking about Neil Harris and the possibility of him getting Gillingham out of trouble. I hadn't noticed that Morecambe had equalised. In the big grudge match, so that's full time, by the way, Morecambe 1, Gillingham 1. In the big grudge match, it's ended Middlesbrough 4, Derby County 1. Middlesbrough 4, Derby County 1 today. And we said Middlesbrough had trouble sticking the ball in the net. Not today. Not today. One game that hasn't had trouble getting the ball in the net as well is Stanley versus Crewe. 4-1 now. Consolation maybe for Crewe. And I think we are up in smoke with our win treble. I think we're struggling on all our tips today. QPR are losing to Barnsley, although Fulham and Accrington have come in. So in the words of Meatloaf, 2 out of 3 ain't bad, but it ain't a winner today. Both teams to score. Their leads have let us down on that one. Oh, there's always a late goal. And I think Bournemouth have scored that late goal. Did that just flash up right on my screen? Have we got a late winner for Bournemouth? I think we do. And this could be the top 2 away and clear in the Championship. I think Bournemouth have taken the lead. There's always a late goal, 94 minutes, and Bournemouth have taken the lead. It's Blackpool 1, Bournemouth 2. QPR are losing. Blackburn don't play until Monday. There's going to be a gap going in for the top 2. And Siriki Dembele, one of the new signings that we thought might get lost in the shuffle there, maybe at Bournemouth. Absolutely not. He has scored late on. Let's go to the live league table. There's always a late goal. And instead of it being a good day for Fulham, it's turning into a very bad day for QPR because Rangers have lost. At one point, we were saying they can tie up on 55 points with Bournemouth, but no. It's now Bournemouth 58 points, QPR 52. And the best it's going to get is a crazy late equaliser for QPR now. Fulham is a full-time. Fulham have won again. They are 6 points clear of everybody. But really importantly, Fulham are 11 points clear of third place as things stand. Incredible finish. There's always a late goal. Portsmouth 4, Doncaster 0. I think there's another goal gone in that one. We've got all 4. And I think it's gone full time as well there. Doncaster put out of their misery at the end of that particular game. Full time, Blackpool 1, Bournemouth 2. Bournemouth have won late in the day. Unbelievable. MK Dons 0, Ipswich 0. The 7,000 travelling Ipswich fans, honestly, probably would have taken that before the game. MK high up in the table. It's a 0-0 draw for MK. And Ipswich could have been a lot worse with other people losing up at the top of League One. Right. How many more games are still active? We think Barnsley and QPR is still going, and Forest and Stoke. I haven't seen confirmation of a full time in that one. What we can do is start to wrap up things now for the Saturday Superstream. For once, we don't seem to have had a game delayed by about 15 minutes, which normally happens for whatever reasoning most weekends, doesn't it? So, in the Premier League, earlier on today, Manchester United 1, Southampton 1, Brentford 0, Palace 0. That'll do for Brentford, won't it? Full time, Barnsley 1, QPR 0. It's been a bad day for QPR. We'll come on to that. Everton 3, Leeds 0. Woof. Watford 0, Brighton 2. Bad day for Watford. Could get worse if Norwich were to do the unthinkable and beat Man City again like they did in the 2019-2020 season. That's not me telling you it's going to happen. That's me just stating a historical result from a couple of years ago, 3 years ago. Right, in the Championship, earlier on, Huddersfield 0, Sheffield United 0. Barnsley 1, QPR 0. Sorry, we've mentioned it in terms of QPR. Well done, Barnsley. They haven't won for the longest time. And the teams directly above them all lost, didn't they? Literally every single one of them, I think, in the end. So really good day for Barnsley. Birmingham 3, Luton 0. Bit of a strange one there. Birmingham taking Luton to school a bit by the look of it today. Blackburn 1, Bournemouth 2. That's the big story, isn't it? 95-minute winner for Bournemouth. Oof. Will they look back on that one as a turning point? Hull 0, Fulham 1. Fulham are 11 points clear of third place. Woof. Middlesbrough 4, Derby 1. How about that in the big grudge match? Forest 2, Stoke 2. Peterborough 0, Preston 1. Reading 2, Coventry 3. The Reading losing streak continues. The bottom 3, as you were, but Barnsley getting a win today. In League One, Wimbledon 1, Sunderland 1 on Alex Neil's debut. Stanley 4, Crew 1. It's Burton 2, Cambridge 2. Cheltenham 2, Fleetwood 0. Lincoln 1, Wickham 1. MK 0, Ipswich 0. Morecambe 1, Gillingham 1. Oxford 2, Bolton 3. Plymouth 1, Shrewsbury 0. Pompey 4, Doncaster 0. Wigan 2, Charlton 1. There you go. How about that? Thank you, everybody, for joining me today on the Saturday Superstream with WhiteHartDane. No winners for us to get behind on WhiteHartDane, but do head over to WhiteHartDane.com and sign up to the mailing list there, as thousands of you have already done so. We will be back tomorrow. I don't know quite in what shape or form, but we'll be back at some point, won't we? So, yeah, do follow the social media for all of that. My voice is about to go, so if anyone's saying nice things and goodbye and all that, I'll click them all up in the advert at the end of the day. This has been the Saturday Superstream, and we'll do it all again next week. See you all soon. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button to see more videos from this channel. Hit the subscribe button, and to be notified every time we upload, ring the bell for those notifications to come through on your device. If you really want to support the channel and me as a content creator, I will be eternally grateful if you head over to the merch store and grab something, or support over on Patreon, patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Thank you for your time. Go and watch another video.